The apocalypse is coming. Are you scared? Are you prepared? The masses are running, frantically running from their fears, running with their tears, running from their lives, running from that dark shadowed creature that hides deep inside.
It's that time again for Ray Felix and Miguel Guerra to talk about what the fuck is going on in the world today. But just briefly, I want you to look at these two books here. If you ever have like an Amazon account or whatever, not that I'm promoting Jeff Bezos, or go to your local bookstore. The Taliban, really good book, right? It's about the history of the Taliban, how it came about. It takes a deep dive on understanding how the United States is connected to that and the creation of that and how it survived afterwards. Then we have this book, which I've mentioned many times, The Grand Chessboard. Sometimes I've called it The Grand Chess Master because I think of Marvel, but I want to be talking about this a little bit later. But if you want to understand what the hell is going on in the world, this book which was originally written in 1987. This is the rewrite. They basically updated it, I think, on 2021 or 22, because too many people were reading it after 9/11. Then they stopped selling it, and then they changed it. So they're like, "Oh, we said too much. You need to take a look at this." Without further ado, Miguel, let's bring him in.
What's up?
How's it going?
That's going good. I'm here. I got my voice back, so I don't sound like I'm
Kind of
snorting
missed that
cocaine.
RFK, right?
Yeah, I'm not snorting cocaine off toilet seats like RFK Jr. I can't believe he admitted that. That's fucked up.
I think after a certain age, you lose your filter, and then it's like.
I think he's always been like that because his sister did say he was batshit crazy. I think we just got the unfiltered version because all of a sudden he's like, well, now that I'm not talking about vaccines, and all this other shit, I'm gonna get comfy and I'm gonna tell you all the shit that you agree with.
Right.
I think it's just the comfy thing with him.
Well, I mean, on one hand, I think besides the insanity that comes out of his mouth, I think he's a success story because he's a self-admitted drug addict that basically said, "Hey, after my father died, it went into a dark turn, and he came out the other end as being like a healthy person, exercising." So on that front, I think that a lot of white Americans need to see that because we don't talk about, in the movies they always portray blacks and Hispanics and other nationalities as being the addicts, but the reality is that white America has a addiction problem, and it's not just to narcotics and drugs, it's to everything. Everything becomes an addiction or an obsession. So I think that he is somewhat of a hero in that aspect of the comeback kid.
As long as he's not taking drugs right now.
Right.
Because he could be, bathing in water that you're not supposed to bathe in, eating roadkill that you're not supposed to, probably getting the brainworm from that.
Right.
Yeah. Other than that shit, yeah, he's a success.
Yeah, he said he had a brainworm. Yeah, it's like, which is funny because I had an amoeba in my brain many years ago, and I didn't even know it. On my trip to Taiwan, I was so paranoid because Americans are so brainwashed about going abroad and eating something and getting sick. So I took a physical, and I had a sonar exam, which was weird. Like that's not part of your American physical, but this one doctor had this weird clunky machine in the corner. It looked like from a sci-fi movie. And I was like, "What is this?" She's like, "Oh, you want to try that? It's a sonar machine, but it's expensive. I don't know if your insurance would cover it." And I was like, "Let's do it." And she put like this little microphone thing on my hand here and then here, and it sends a signal. It goes throughout your body, then bounces back into the machine. The machine gives it a reading. And I found out that I had parasites from most likely eating Japanese sushi in New York
Damn.
for years. So I had a tapeworm in my body, and I had a amoeba in my brain. And
Damn. So did they give you anything to kill it off?
yeah, they gave me all these eyedroppers, like these little eye drop tubes, and I had to put them some under my tongue directly and some in water and drank that. It was like R23 or R16. There was like all these different codes for it.
Did you feel a difference?
Oh, immediately, like I wanted to fucking like die. it's like
Right, but did you feel better once the parasites and the amoeba were gone?
yeah. Once I did that, what was it, 6 weeks or something like that. After that, I was allergic to shrimp and seafood. I couldn't touch it. My throat closed.
Really?
Yeah, so I couldn't touch seafood anymore.
That's weird. So you
Yeah,
can't eat fish or anything?
fish, yes, but I can't eat more raw clams anymore. I can't eat shrimp anymore. So that was like 28, 29 around that time.
Wow.
So it shows how kind of racist our thinking is as Americans. Like, oh, we got to go overseas. You're gonna get poisoned. It's like actually the food is better overseas. It's like
It is.
and they brainwash you to believe this stuff, and then you're like, ah, it's like, yeah. So what have you been up to?
Well, I've been doing some working on a project, got a commission I got to work on, finish for an economist, Steve Kane.
Nice.
Also, too, as well, I've been, anyone's following my Facebook, I put up some sketches that I do. It's my way of getting my poison out of me because
Yeah.
shit's so like infuriating. So I post up sketches of political people poking fun at them.
Yeah, those are great.
I just, I mean, there's nothing else I can do. I can't go out and actually literally slap them. I got
right. It's like we just can't go over there and like burn down the White House.
you can't. Although, there might be some MAGA people who once,
They might go
gas hits $20 a gallon,
right.
they might hike it up there to do that. But yeah, you can't be doing that shit.
No, I mean what we really have to do is harass, and I got to do this more. I did it once, and I was like, oh, am I allowed to do this? It's like what we got to do is we just got to harass the people we elected and tell them, and you have to have boundaries. You have to be careful how you frame something, how you say something, so it's not taken as a threat. But you
Yeah.
basically have to say, hey, look, I don't like what you're doing. I don't like this policy. I voted for you. And, I listen to this radio station where they encourage that every day, all day, to do that daily.
Mhm.
Sometimes those people get arrested because
Yeah.
they overexpress themselves. Me, I know that I can go off into tangents, and it's like I don't. I have to not get emotional when I speak. It's kind of hard,
Happens to all of us.
because you get
Happens to all of us.
into it and you just start gearing up, and then all that comes out. So I think,
They either listen or at some point things sort of accumulate, and I think it's closer than we think.
yeah, you don't
Uh,
want the Secret Service showing up to your doorstep.
at this point, they might be sending the Secret Service over to Iran
Right. Yeah.
and ICE.
As I was saying to you earlier, like as I was prepping for the show today, they had this black car with blacked out windows just rolled up to my house, and it stopped. And sometimes people get the house confused with another one because I don't have the address number on my mailbox. It faded,
Mhm.
but then it backed up. And then I was just like looking. They never took the window down. I was like, are they going to go in my mailbox or, But no, they just stood there. And then I kind of like put myself closer to the window. And then I could see the heads talking with each other inside these silhouetted heads. And then they just You could see that they paused and then they took off. I was like, what the fuck was that?
Should have gone out with that mask
Right. I should have just
and
stepped
stood
out
there
the house,
staring at them with a
right,
hatchet
with the gold mask. Yeah.
and a hatchet.
And I had to or a rifle. Get off my lawn, you city slickers. You know, it's like, yeah, I just
And yell out, "Human meat!"
you
They would
yeah.
have drove real fast. Or maybe they would have gotten out and saying, "Hey, man, you having dinner?"
Right.
Who knows? Who knows, man?
I'm telling you, it's bizarre. We had a weird week. We had more attacks on Tel Aviv every day.
Yeah. Yep.
The rumors of Netanyahu being alive or unalived or whatever they say.
He's both alive and dead.
Alive and dead. But then they had that speech that was clearly AI. He had six
With
fingers. It's like someone told me, hey, I didn't know that. You know, they said
Yeah, because it
they're
was
like,
like,
they were like, people don't have six fingers, you know, the video is fake. And I was like, well, when I grew up as a kid, we knew lots of kids that were born with six fingers. That was kind of a common thing.
I've seen that, man. I've seen that. And when you're not ready to see that, you're
Yeah.
talking to someone, you turn around, you see it. I mean, especially when you're younger, you're like, okay, yeah. So anyway,
Yeah.
because it takes you back a little bit, right?
It does. It does. I grew up with this little girl. She had six fingers and six toes. And, you know, that's like a biblical thing. Like, you know, like
Everything's a biblical
they
thing.
had surgery on her and then she took her fingers off and her toes off. I was like, what? I said,
Yeah,
would
it happens. Some people get extra digits, get extra teeth, get extra
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh, I Netanyahu had extra teeth in that video. Like a
Yeah,
shark.
and somehow they disappeared too, some of them, you know. Yeah.
Funny, like even Trump used AI for one of his last addresses too, where his fingers are bleeding into each other. He's sitting at the desk and his fingers were disappearing and reappearing when he was going like that.
He's just at one with himself.
Yeah, literally.
He's just melding into himself, you know.
I mean, there was also a video of a California senator getting arrested when he was trying to block immigrants from being arrested. And that was AI. And nobody questioned that one, but there was an AI specialist on Instagram that, so she usually covers Britney Spears videos that are AI that released by the music company. But someone sent her that video and she analyzed it and she says, you see, she slowed it down. Nothing fancy. She just literally, she put it on a system where she could slow it down to the very microsecond.
Almost frame by frame.
Frame by frame. And then the handcuff literally goes through the guy's arm. And then the police officer's hand merges with the cuff and then merges with the guy's hand. But that was on the news. That was like on every channel. That was on CNN, every local channel. But it was AI, you know?
I'm wondering if one day they're going to say something that's real is AI.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's going to happen and be like,
I
oh,
think
no.
that's exactly what they're leading to do. I think that's why it's a quick rush for it, because of the Epstein files. They want to confuse people. You know, there were laws built in this government that prevented us from being propagandized against. And I don't remember if it was the Bush administration or the Obama administration that basically removed that.
It goes back to the church committee.
Yeah.
When they found out the CIA would make these fake stories, put it out to the foreign press, and the foreign press would then tell the stories, then the American press would take the stories from the foreign press as though they were real, but it was basically the CIA feeding some bullshit.
Right.
You know, I always laugh when I hear people say, "Oh, Putin, he's KGB or was KGB." I'm like, George Bush Sr. was CIA.
Right.
Really? Like, he's just the intelligence agencies for his country. He's for ours, but they're all about deceiving people, both of them.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
But somehow ours, because I guess we watch so many Netflix about, oh, these cute little CIA people that go out and have to put those black and brown people. Oh, no, we can't call them black and brown. Those evil, people who don't want our values, we have to put them in a place. So we have to go there and whip them
Right.
and put them in a place. Ours matters more. I'm like, whatever.
Right. Exactly. Now, for those who are watching, if you want to comment, you can catch us on YouTube Live, and we're reading some of the comments on Facebook, but YouTube
But not
Live,
all of them.
they'll pop up. Yeah, we
I'm not
miss
going to
them.
read all of them. No, I'm just kidding. What are you thinking?
But you can tune in if you'd like and join the conversation. Don't forget to like and subscribe, which I haven't said for 25 episodes. Follow us.
Yeah. Smash the like button
Smash
and
the like button.
subscribe.
That's like
Smash it.
that's
Smash
that's
it.
not really a Gen X thing, right? But we got to
No, I
kind
hear the
of
young people say
learn
that
from
all
the
the time.
youth.
I've been wanting to say that for a long time. So there you go. Smash it. Smash the like button and subscribe.
Yeah.
Oh, you know who else is supposedly dead? Smotrich.
Oh yeah. And
Yeah.
Ben Gurion, right?
And yeah, Benny the Goiter. Smokey Smotrich and Benny the Goiter.
Yeah. I mean, him with the golden noose pin, that was way out of line. And then they're legalizing rape to
Yeah.
Palestinians.
Yeah.
That's all him. And then
the best part though is, Ray, they were asking Iran not to use cluster bombs. And I'm just like sitting there thinking, because it's against international law. And I was laughing my ass off. I'm like, you didn't care about international law when you're freaking like, pounding Gaza into dust. Now all of a sudden you're getting your ass kicked. Now you're saying, whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on. Just don't hit me in the face.
right. White phosphorus, right? They drop white phosphorus, and that's yeah. Why do they even produce that anymore? Is beyond me. Well, the United States is, and there's a lot of things that we are still producing that are illegal, that were deemed illegal. It's like, I mean,
we're not going to be producing shit though.
Yeah,
we're not going to be producing shit because we're running. One, our production rates are shit for munitions. Two, we need a lot of rare earths. And it's just not the rare earths. I have to say this a million times. It's the refinement of it.
Yeah.
Make the munitions and our ships and everything else. And guess who put a ban on that? On us. China.
Exactly.
So they got us by the balls.
All right. A lot of the times I mention this book is because they talk about, basically global supremacy, American supremacy, right? I mean, it says right here, American primacy and its geostrategic imperatives right there on the cover. It's they talk about shaking up the pot to make everyone confused, like, destabilizing Europe and trying to, like trying to basically say that Europe is not our equal. That even though London, they call London deceivious. it's like that they want to align. They want the EU and the European Union to the EU and Europe to basically allow Germany to head the front. So it's like,
oh yeah,
it's almost happened. Which almost happened last year. I think it was, where Germany was.
Technically, the EU was funded originally, like all the European nationalists were funded by the Dulles brothers. So this is like an old plan they've had.
It's old, ancient.
And technically, Germany has been the leader of Europe until they blew up the gas pipeline in Russia.
Right.
I mean, the chess game that they're playing, God, I'm going to sound terribly mean. It's like they're just stupid. Like it's like they're playing. I don't know what they're playing. It's not even checkers.
No,
it's like, okay, we're going to cause this shit over in Ukraine. And we did it. I don't care what anyone says. We did it. We had a plan going back to 1949 to cause shit with Russia. And the book covers that to use Ukraine as a battering ram.
Exactly.
I haven't read the full book. I've read excerpts of it. So I'll acknowledge my ignorance on the full details,
Right.
but it was to use Ukraine as a battering ram against Russia
Absolutely. It does talk about that constantly, like
constantly.
constantly.
But when
Which
they
is what happened, it's like
but
it's
then they
like,
fucked up getting into Iran
right.
because when you look at the geography there, I
Mhm.
mean, Ukraine is about 2,700 miles from Iran.
Right.
They're both literally Russia's back door,
Right.
right? And now we're tied up over in Iran. We've pretty much gone through all of our munitions
Mhm.
to the point that they're having to get shit from South Korea. I'm laughing because I would expect even a novice chess player. Okay, let's put it this way. Anyone that's played strategy video games, and I don't mean like just like strategy, just playing chess, just civilizational games where you build things and build civilizations, you would more or less go, okay, I can't mess with this other one because they're much more stacked up on weapons. So let me just sort of. They did none of that,
None of
none
it.
of that preparatory work.
Yeah, and they even go into talking about partnering with Iran at one point because I mean, look at this map. Every last war we've had, that's where we've been.
Mhm,
That's exactly
mhm,
what we've been doing. All right.
mhm.
It's like, but it sounds like a paranoid person
But
because
that's her foreign policy.
it's like they're
That's
like
not paranoid.
afraid
That's
of
just
Japan getting into making ties with Korea or like France and Iran or like having a Sino-Japanese access. It's like or like China and Russia and perhaps Iran and anti-hegemonic coalition united not by ideology but by complementary grievances. It's like
oh yeah,
it's a self-fulfilling prophecy that all
yeah,
the stupid shit they've been doing is actually leaning towards that. That's exactly, and that's page 54 or 55.
yeah, yeah. It's all there. That's why when
Right. It's
like
like it's
and it's not like it's just us who sits and reads it.
right.
Like the other problem is these dill holes
Right.
will publish this, then be surprised that the Russians and the Chinese are reading it,
Right.
going, "Yeah, so I guess that's the plan, right? Yeah, stupid plan. All right, this is how we're going to prepare."
Right.
That's the part that kills me. It's like I write this. I'm so fucking arrogant that I don't think
Right.
my enemy's gonna. That's like saying, okay, I'm gonna get in a chess game or a boxing match with this guy. I'm gonna use these amount of punches. I'm gonna punch
Mhm.
here and there, and then think that the other guy who's seeing the video, whatever it is of you talking about their weak points, aren't going to strengthen their weak points.
Right.
This is
And they talk about Iran extensively being like weak and with all these tribal differences and all that. Well, that's not the case now.
no,
You know,
no.
and the thing is that these people haven't really updated their information, even though this book was revised. Like 1984 says, right? You rewrite the past, and I'm surprised they mentioned that they did. That's how arrogant they are too. Like, hey, we
Yeah.
changed it, and we want you to. It's like,
Well, and they're arrogant that there was I think it was an admiral or general came out, and he was saying just this week, and he was just testifying, saying, never in the history of aviation and aviational bombardment have you ever been able to bomb a people into submission.
right,
One, and two, it only creates a stronger resolve.
mhm,
So, and you can see there's testimonies from Iranians saying, "Hey, I thought this was going to be a peaceful, allowing us to get and overthrow the Ayatollahs, and all of a sudden you're bombing me. Of course, I'm going to join with these guys against you because it's my
right,
country."
right.
You know,
And unlike the United States, which is a conglomeration of nationalities and cultures, you're going up against nationalistic countries that are going to protect themselves because America doesn't really have a culture. It's like
well, you're
we have
talking.
hamburger and hot dogs in Hollywood, and we're idol worshipers, worshiping celebrities, and it's like
We're consumers.
They were
One,
consumers, yeah.
two, when it comes to Iran, no matter how much people want to think of it,
Mhm.
it's a civilizational state. It's one of the older cultures.
Right,
And they have a lot of different ethnic groups and cultures. So, for example, it's not the largest, but one of the larger groups of Jewish people lives in Iran.
right.
There's Christians, there's all sorts of people. But the
Mhm.
plan was, and I remember hearing this from the neocons, it wasn't in that book, and I'm sure maybe it goes into it in that book. The plan was to cause shit in the Middle East, make it destabilize, so all the shit would roll over into China, because it's over there too, and Russia, destabilize them, and then balkanize. In other words, split up Russia and China so it could be easier to steal the resources from them. This
Right,
was their grand master plan. And there are a lot of people who consider themselves progressives who are cool with going to another culture,
right,
overthrowing them because they don't like the way they treat women. Dude, people, we got cannibal child rapists.
right. Like,
If
what the
you think
fuck?
that cannibal child rapists are going to go free women, I guess they're going to free them into their plate, maybe into their brothels.
Right.
I guess that's what they think. But there's a lot of us who, um, and I know I always beat up on the left for this. Uh, like, grow up. This. It literally is Epstein class, whatever you want to call it, the capitalists versus the rest of us. They don't have our best interest. They don't have the best interest of those people over there. Uh, they're not thinking of anybody's interest but their own in the end. I mean, you had I was going to call him Billy Graham, Lindsey Graham on television saying, "We're going to go and we're going to win and we're going to make tons of money." He literally said that on TV. How's that liberation? You
Exactly.
know, all because you don't like this religion. Well, you don't have to live in Iran.
Right,
And
exactly.
if you're Persian or you want to call yourself Persian, not Iranian, I have a piece of advice. Go. Do it from the inside out. But don't expect other people's kids who have nothing to do with that to go there because the people who are going to help you are going to be the ones who pillage you. And then you'll be sitting there like Syria is right now, wondering what the fuck happened to us. You do it yourself. There's certain shit that you just do on your own. You don't expect others to do it for you. And it might sound harsh. Some people might hate me for it, and I don't give a shit. But, can't expect, and then it's going to cause resentment because there's going to be a lot of people who are going to get angry with the diaspora groups in the United States and other countries. Like, well, why did my kid have to go fight for you? Because you couldn't do it. You had to leave. You couldn't stay and do it yourself.
Right.
You know. Then there's the other side. Iran, and there have been plenty of people have been showing, has been slowly, little by little, going back to being modern. And when I say going back, is because in 1953, again, us wanting to social engineer shit, to steal shit, meaning their oil, we overthrew a democratically elected government. So, end of rant.
No, no. You're
You know,
on point. On
it's
point.
like,
100%. On
so,
point. Yeah.
I'm pretty passionate about it because we could have just left them alone, and today they'd still probably be a democratically elected government. The religious people wouldn't have risen because they rose because of a corrupt king that we put in place. And now his son wants back in.
Right.
You know.
Exactly. Like and the book Persepolis goes into that in detail as well. The
Mhm.
book uh,
Yeah, she wasn't too
graphic
funny.
novel. It's like
Graphic
that.
novel,
It's like that.
you know.
I got a funny video to
Go
share.
for it.
It was let me see if I can find this thing.
And for those of you, smash the like button.
Smash the like button, subscribe.
That's my new that's my new slogan I'm playing around. Smash the like button.
Did I send you that thing that they did with Lego Iran? Apparently, this ran on Iranian TV.
Oh, Iran's just like trolling all of us, man.
Oh my
They're
God.
like, I didn't know they had that kind of game.
they have a healthy political sense of humor when it
Oh
comes to
man.
comedy. Well, Americans, we take credit for being funny, comedy, like SNL, but
We tend to kind of be violent about
yeah,
it.
yeah. This
Yeah.
this Lego thing was. I did not expect that, but take a look at
Oh,
this.
they're totally trolling us.
Oh, completely. All right, let's see if I could. There we go again. I gotta wait till the finish. Let me. Oh, it's not even on yet. Hold on. Let me wait
Well,
till.
while you're getting that set up, one other thing you can be not in favor of the regime,
Right.
but still be capable of understanding why they're defending themselves.
Right. Exactly. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let me put the volume on this thing here. Let's see. I think it restarted. Let's see this. We're at the end. That's the girls back. This is the end. Here, this started again. We have. Tragedy there goes through. In remembrance of the students, 174 students from Minab who were martyred at the hands of Zionist and American terrorists. Holy shit. That's
Yeah.
like,
Well, I mean,
wow.
if it was our kids, if it was a school filled with 160 students,
Mhm.
we'd be doing that more.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Of course, we don't have the munitions to do it, but
I mean, it's interesting how they can make satire, but at the same time show this is why we're doing this.
yeah.
And they're being very clear. I mean, you hear these pundits on CNN and all these people talking about, oh, he was 86 years old. His body was riddled with cancer. He wanted to die. He wanted to be a martyr. It's like, what?
Well,
Nobody wants to die. It doesn't matter, especially if you have cancer, you want to live.
well, I mean, in the religion, for what I understand, martyrdom is considered a very high honor.
Yeah, but you don't want your granddaughter to die and
No, I don't think he
your
expected that.
son and his wife, his whole
Right.
family. It's like,
You're
come on,
expecting yourself to die?
yourself, not the
Yeah.
entire immediate family.
Yeah. The immediate family part, no.
No.
And I think in that sense, he should have been more careful. But I
Yeah.
think it goes back again to, and this is the wild part that we don't understand as Westerners, and this is how separated from Christianity many have gotten.
Mhm.
Martyrdom was part of Christianity,
Oh yeah, of course, big time.
part of it. So now we look at it as though it's some sort
And
of foreign thing.
right, and our military jumping on a grenade, saving your platoon,
Yeah, well, the way I see it
sacrificing.
is, it
Mhm.
ain't gonna be grenades, boys.
Yeah.
You're talking hypersonic missiles.
Hmm.
Good luck trying to jump on one of those to protect your friends because you and your friends are gone.
Right. Martyrdom is not exclusive to the Arab states. It's also very American. The Captain America movie, right? There's a
Mhm.
grenade that drops and he jumps on it.
Yeah,
It's a deciding factor for him to become Captain America because he's willing to sacrifice his own life, his body for the nation. That's
yeah,
martyrdom. That is
yeah,
the definition of martyrdom, right?
yeah.
So I think that people have to wake up. It's like this is
Yeah, well, we
patriotism.
as much as Afghanistan said to be the graveyard of empires,
Mhm,
Iran is also one of the other places that's considered to be the graveyard of empires.
mhm,
There was an emperor, Crassus. This was making the rounds just this week.
mhm.
One of the richest men in Rome, part of the triumvirate, decides to attack. Back then it was called Persia. And he thought, we got the biggest, strongest military. And he thought that the Persians would run out of arrows. They never did. They just slaughtered them. So they got Emperor Crassus
Right.
while he's still alive, cracked open his head, and poured hot gold into it.
Oh, I heard this story. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think we've got our Crassus, which is Trump. And now Iran is saying they're going to start hitting all of his properties in the Middle East
Right.
belong to the Trump family. You know, uh, Trump was saying we won, but then he's saying, "Hey," calling up China and Russia, going, "Hey, can you guys come over? Like, we need to open up the Strait of Hormuz." Calling Europe, who he was calling a weakling, and saying, "We don't need you. We're the biggest, baddest boys on the block." Apparently, his
Right.
micro dick got him in a lot of trouble. Should have stuck that in pencil sharpener. And now he's begging for people to try to open it up. It's not going to happen. And they're letting boats through, by the way. They're
Right.
letting Russian, Chinese,
Right.
and pretty much everyone else but us in Israel.
Now I'll tell you something very interesting. One of the ships, the cargo ships that were hit, were carrying these toys. So some people are getting refunds because they sank a ship full of action figures. Right?
Oh, that's hilarious. That's
It's like they're
hilarious.
making you think that they're attacking warships or ships with weapons or hiding bombs. No,
It's one of the most
action
important
figures.
trade spots in the world. You
Right?
know,
It's
global
like
commerce will close down. And this idiot, and he was told, by the way, he was told by his generals in the Pentagon not to fucking do it, and he did it anyway.
exactly.
So, and now, if we're begging for other countries to come help us, are we a superpower?
Right.
Right? A
Good
superpower doesn't
point.
have to beg anyone,
Good
right? You
point.
just you just do it.
Right.
So,
This
and now
is
the go ahead.
250 years, right? So we're
That's on average.
it's like we're
That's on
I mean
average.
America's reaching 250 years. It's like
Yeah.
yeah,
It's
collapse.
and
Imminent
that's on
collapse.
average because some empires don't even make it to 50 years,
Right, right,
right? So it really depends. 'Cause,
right,
but
right.
yeah, it's freaking stupid. He should never have gone there. Should never cause shit. Should never listen to BB.
And,
BB said, "I've been wanting this for 40 years,"
right.
and it
How
might
many
have.
presidents told them no?
Yep.
I mean, honestly, when we were in college, when they were the former prime minister was going to initiate the two-state solution, that was the best situation out of this crazy mess.
Rabin.
Yep, Rabin.
I mean,
And Netanyahu interfered, made comments about him being a traitor. And Rabin was no lover of Palestinian people.
no.
He had many notches on his belts for massacring these people.
Hmm?
But he was at an end and he was just like, this is just going to, he had the foresight to see that this is never going to stop.
Yeah, it's going to destroy us.
And that, yes, it would destroy the people. And it did. I mean, you see, they have these brainwashing things now where you go there and they kind of, these concerts to like nationalize you.
But I guess it doesn't work that much because most of them are leaving.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Whereas
that's the difference between foreigners, Europeans that are claiming a land. The minute they get bombed, they leave. Whereas the Gazans are like, well, you could bomb us all day, every day, and we're not moving. I mean,
yep,
I mean, I don't mean to
big
make
difference.
light of it, but that's a big difference.
Big difference. Big difference. And now they pissed off the Iranians.
Right.
We're going to send what, 5,000 Marines?
If that's your land, you're not going anywhere.
But we're going to send in 5,000 Marines to take over Iran.
Right.
Right?
Not going to happen.
They've got a 1,000,000-man army.
Right.
1. 2, those mountains are super treacherous. So getting pinged off on the way there is guaranteed.
Yeah.
All because some lard ass
For real.
couldn't. Yeah, I mean, he was on a high from Venezuela. He thought he could pull another one, but he didn't understand. They've been basically planning for this for 20 years. They built underground facilities because they watched how Iraq got smashed up.
Right.
So what they did, apparently, if you ever follow this guy called Aleister Crowley, not the other guy with the magic, the diplomat guy. Yeah, no, nothing to do with magic.
No
and that
relation.
shit. Yeah, no relation. He was talking about because he would travel there to Iran a lot. So they built everything below ground. So even if we bomb above ground, like in Vietnam, we're not hitting them.
Right.
And then they decided to get rid of these big navies. They have speedboats that are drones, which they haven't rolled out yet.
Right.
So these things will go right, and they travel really, really fast, and they'll go right to our Navy ships and blow up.
Yeah.
Kind of like the flying drones. They created these nodes, and you and I were talking about this. So it's like they call it a mosaic. So if one system, there isn't a central command. So if the central command's gone, the whole thing's gone. No, they have these different nodes. They communicate with the one closest to it, and if one goes down, they just continue going.
Exactly.
So it's complete asymmetrical warfare.
Right.
And we've never been good at beating that.
Absolutely.
So it's math.
And again, America never wins wars, right? We're not winners of war. We're sellers of war. There's a big difference.
Yeah.
There's a big difference. When your goal is to just make as much money as possible, that's not the same,
Not at all.
Same outcome. You're not going to have the same outcome,
And the thing is, we can't sell stuff anymore because when wars break out, people get to see your new weapons. So it's almost like a portfolio. And our weapons production rate, it's to the point that Israel's saying, hey, we're out of like interceptor missiles. Ukraine has to send some stuff. They're screwed. So between the production rates, the failure of our equipment that's not working quite the way it should be, of course, there's all these mysterious planes just falling out of the sky, right?
Right.
Like those tankers and stuff. Other people who are watching are like, fuck, I'll get myself some drones. Why do I need a big battleship for? So in that, we're losing our last industry, which was the arms industry.
Exactly.
It's freaking stupid. But hey, you know what? The Dows at least have over 50,000.
Right. It's
What
really
else you got for
something.
us, Ray? What else you got for us, man?
Got a lot. So much shit. We're going into we'll start with Facebook.
Comments?
We got a little video here. No comments as of yet.
Okay.
We got this
I want to
video.
say hi to my nephew Jimmy, and if my niece is watching, happy birthday.
Hey Jimmy. Hey Jimmy. It's like got this video here with the structure, explaining the structure of Iran and why the United States cannot win this war.
Kind of works into what I was just talking about.
Yeah.
Before.
Yeah. Just so people don't say, oh, these guys are full of shit. They're comic book.
I am full of shit. I'm a comic book artist, but I'm full of shit in the right way.
Like, right.
Smash that button.
Right. Smash that like button.
Smash the like button.
What do these guys know? Well, you know what? It's like people don't realize. I used to teach history when I worked in Rikers Island. Not just art. I taught English, history, science, and I had my students. We read politics, and then I was there when 9/11 happened. So I was supposed to go to work, and I just happened to call out because I was entertaining a girl. So I called out. So I didn't report to work that morning, which would have been fucking hell because I heard people could not even get off the island. They had like a short window period where they took you off the island with the bus, but then you were on your own. If you didn't have a car, you were not going home. People slept in the prison that night, many workers.
Wow.
And then some workers had to work double shifts because there was no way for them to get relieved.
Wow.
Some of the staff that I worked with slept there. Luckily, I called in at 6 a.m. and I was like, I don't think I'm going to make it today. I was dating a math teacher and we were, in bed. And then a few hours later, I got a phone call from my letterer at the time, this guy, Jimmy. He says, turn on your TV. No, I didn't have cable. I had a fucking TV with like the channels you couldn't even see.
The rabbit ears?
Yeah, like yes, rabbit ears.
Oh,
That's
man.
real. With the fuzzy, whatever. Yeah. So I was literally watching the and when I turned it on, it was like literally minutes before the second building got hit. And that guy Jimmy was kind of heroic because he was downtown at his job at PJ Mechanical, and he actually started running the company by himself while this thing was going on. And they got an award for it, but then they fired him a year later because he made a comment about they were saying they had to tighten up their budget because there's too many expenditures and all this stuff. But he just says, well, if your sons don't drive in limousines every day, all day, and he knew that what they spent the money on. So he was like, these are the reason why you want to cut back on employees is because your sons are spending more faster than we can make it.
Yeah.
And he got fired for telling the truth. But isn't that how it is?
Well, when you mouth back to the boss, that happens.
Right. It's like, don't tell the truth. All right. So here we are. We have this young lady here.
Okay. Let's see what she's got to say.
Let's hear it.
Smash the like button.
Smash the like button. It's like
that cannot be stopped. Not by bombs, not by assassinations, not even by Iran itself. Here's the doctrine that explains why this war has no off switch. When Saddam Hussein's military collapsed in 11 days in 2003, Iran's generals watched and drew one conclusion. A centralized military dies when you kill the head. So in 2005, IRGC General Mohammad Jafari formalized what is now called the Mosaic Doctrine. The idea? Break the military into 31 pieces, one per province, and make each piece capable of fighting alone forever. Each of Iran's 31 provincial commands has its own headquarters, its own weapon stockpile.
Oop, I jumped too big.
Iran built a military that cannot be stopped, not capable of fighting alone forever. Each of Iran's 31 provincial commands has its own headquarters, its own weapon stockpiles, its own intelligence network, its own sealed orders, pre-written, pre-authorized, that activate the moment Central Command goes silent. No signal needed from Tehran, no order from the Supreme Leader. The trigger is the absence of an order to stop. This isn't a flaw in the design, it is the design. On February 28th, Israel and the US struck Iran's leadership infrastructure in what they called Operation Epic Fury. Khamenei was killed. The communication backbone that would carry a ceasefire order degraded by thousands of strikes. And the 31 commands kept firing. Because the doctrine said, if no one tells you to stop, don't stop. Here's where it gets remarkable. Hamas, the organization Iran armed for 17 years, publicly asked Tehran to stop targeting neighboring countries this week. The axis of resistance is arguing in public for the first time since it was created. Because even Iran's own proxies now understand what the doctrine's designers never did. There is no off switch. The machine was built to survive without an operator. The operator is gone, and the machine is running. This is not a war Iran is winning. This is a war Iran can no longer end. Iran built a military that cannot be stopped, not by bombs, not by assassinations, not even by Iran itself. Here's the doctrine that explains
Okay, I
this
think we got
war
it.
So we
has
did it
no
twice.
off switch.
I'm really
When
terrible.
Saddam Hussein's military collapsed in 11
Yeah.
Really terrible. We'll edit that out later.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty intense, you know? We don't have that here. We don't have that.
Well, because we think of everything very big. We don't think of it as,
Mhm.
and we think of everything centralized. It's a problem throughout the entire West. We don't think of things being decentralized. So, for example, if we were, it's how we even approach our grid, how we approach everything, our computing systems, everything is very centralized. We
Mhm.
don't sort of think of, well, what if we break things up? Like, say, for example, our grid. If every home was equipped with some form of energy regeneration, blackouts would be pretty tough to have,
Right, exactly.
right? But no, we have a few people who want to make a lot of shitload of money from the grid. So therefore, we got to have a centralized grid so we can feed these people up at the very top of our social pyramid.
Absolutely.
Uh,
Yeah.
and that's the problem. It's a matter of systems thinking. We don't think the same way in that way. And it has nothing to do with genetics or anything. It's just perspective.
Mhm.
You know, although in terms of Iran winning, I think they're winning. I think just throwing that in, and I understand
Hmm.
it's hard to say that in the West that Iran is winning.
Mhm.
Let's put it this way: if Trump has to call China, the EU, and Russia to to open up the strait, they've done their job. That was their goal, to basically fuck us up. Right? And fucking us up isn't just necessarily destroying our shit because we look at it this way. It's all the other ramifications it's going to have around the world
Right.
with it, and we also don't think of consequences and how things. If I do this, what will this lead to? We don't think in those terms. We sort of think like ground pound, like stupid Hegseth was talking about, which is okay if you're I guess if you're sitting there fighting in a bar fight,
Yes.
right? But it's more than a bar fight. It's not
Mm-hmm.
one-on-one. You have thousands, if not millions of people that are going to be affected by this in that region, right?
Right. Right.
So, in that regard, I sent you the video of Besset, but there's another video.
Is that on Instagram or?
I sent it through Instagram to the one that works for you, because I know the
Yeah.
other ones don't work for you.
The other one's wonky.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Do the second one first.
Second one first.
Yeah, second one first.
Third verse, same as the first.
Hate to tell you, everyone, we got bad news. We got bad news.
All right, so the second
We got
video.
bad news to everyone. Somebody must like this guy.
This is the Danny La Semia video.
This is BB.
Okay, hold on a second. Hold on a second.
He's
Did
having
you, send, did you send this to Zorro or to
Zorro.
All right, I'm going to.
It's a video from Megatron, who's a very interesting character to follow because I give him about 80%.
Can you send it again? I just see the one with the plane.
Oh, weird.
I
sent you two.
Let me see. I see the ones from last week here on Zorro, or I'll put it to Facebook. Facebook is easier.
Okay.
Yeah, like Instagram for some reason is weird on my computer.
Yeah, you know they're going to be cracking down on peer-to-peer encryption for Instagram.
Really?
Yep. So you can't message people peer-to-peer anymore on Instagram because, they want to read what we're saying. Bastards can already see it.
Right. It's nuts. And then look, I have this drone footage from Al Jazeera. Well, I'll wait for your thing.
Is that the Iranian one?
This is the one with the drone footage. You have it hitting I think it's target here.
Okay, I sent you it.
All right, I'm gonna get on Instagram here, and then there you go. So that's that there. I mean, shoot, that's no joke. We're at war. We're in the beginning of our third world war, right? I mean, it's happening. It's really hard to maneuver. I mean, this thing is maneuvering very nice. Gamers.
Yeah.
That's pretty accurate, like
they're not stupid people. That's the other thing. I think we sort of associate people being religious and being stupid.
No. That's the video. Is it this one?
No, I sent you one. It's Megatron.
Megatron. Let me just scroll.
It's probably right at the very bottom.
Not that one, right?
No, it's not that one. It's not that one. Although I'm sure Trump does other party favors for him.
Is this Megatron? Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
TikTok. Okay. So that's it's like Megatron. What this thing? All right. It went to X, so I gotta unshare and go to X.
Right. Yeah, no, because it is on X. Yeah.
There we go. All right.
So yeah.
Here we go. Can you see that? All right. Yes.
Bad news, everyone, or anyone who cares.
It says Netanyahu posts a video claiming he's still alive. This comes after rumors circulated that he's dead or injured, but still, his last video was released. It was clearly AI. Let's see what this says. Let's see what it says.
מה שאלת אותי? ראש הממשלה אומרים ברשת שאתה בכלל מת? אני מת על קפה, אתה יודע מה? אני מת על העם שלי. איך הם מתנהגים, פנטסטי. אתה רוצה לספור את מספר אצבעות? אתה יכול להראות לנו? פה. ראית? יפה מאוד. לחיים.
They're acknowledging that the other video was...
לצאת להתאוורר, אבל ליד מרחב מוגן. והעמידה שלכם היא מדהימה, נותנת כוח לי, לממשלה, לצה"ל, למוסד. אנחנו עושים דברים שאני לא יכול לשתף ברגע זה, אבל עושים דברים מכים באיראן חזק מאוד, גם ביום הזה, גם בלבנון, ממשיכים. אתם אומרים לי להמשיך? אני אומר לכולכם, גם אתם תמשיכו. תמשיכו להישמע להוראות פיקוד העורף, כל הזמן, להישמע להוראות פיקוד העורף, וגם לראשי הערים, להיות תמיד ליד מרחב מוגן. ואנחנו נקל ככל שהדבר ניתן. ותודה לך על הקפה, הוא מצוין. אני לא יודע לגבי הקלוריות, זה נראה לי מסוכן מאוד.
Now they're saying it's clearly AI. I don't.
Yeah, there's something about it because they don't focus on the other people too much. One,
Right.
they just did it so quickly.
Right.
Yeah, there's something about it that the lighting doesn't look right.
Right. It looks very yellowish. Very like if it was.
Yeah,
a
that
studio.
yellowish is a very AI. Oh
Yeah,
no,
very AI.
shit.
I mean, the other one that.
Oh no, I'm AI. Fuck no.
I mean, the one that's AI, that's so obviously AI with the one that I sent you with the 6 fingers. But it's funny that he's showing his hands like, look, I got 5 fingers. It's like,
look, I got 5 fingers.
But then you're
What do you
acknowledging that, you're acknowledging that the previous video was AI,
Well, the big problem is his son usually, and someone actually pinpointed, they post 35 times a day on average.
Mm-hmm.
And they haven't posted in 6 days.
Right. It says it all.
Yeah. So I think,
Yeah. And then you got these morons like Lindsey Graham,
the war slug. He loves his little cabana boys.
Yeah, right. Like he's a closeted dude, right?
Oh, he ain't closet. He's
Mhm.
outside of the closet. It's
And
just that
you
South Carolina's too stupid.
You hear that every time that there's Trump has a rally, Grinder gets shut down. It's like it blows up, like that's like the gay dating app. It's like,
Well, I think that's probably why,
it's like
if you think about it, it's probably why the Epstein thing works so well. Because a lot of these guys want to pretend that they're something they're not. If they actually just came out, they probably wouldn't even be Republican.
Right, exactly.
Right? But I think a lot of the kink is pretending to be something you're not while being that. I don't know.
Yeah.
They're complicated.
Here we go.
They have no radar. Their leaders are gone. We could do a lot worse to one another. We're leaving certain things that if we take them out, or we could take them out by this afternoon, in fact, within an hour, they literally would never be able to build that country back.
Has the nuclear bomb option been normalized in American discourse? As Israel's genocide in Gaza set a new threshold on the acceptability of civilian harm, it appears that the once taboo nuke them rhetoric is making a comeback. Of course, this did not start with the Iran war.
They flattened Gaza. Just flatten it. We flattened Berlin. We flattened Tokyo. Were we wrong to drop an atomic bomb to end the Japanese reign of terror? Were we? So my view, if I were Israel, I would have probably done it the same way.
We shouldn't be spending a dime on humanitarian aid. It should be like Nagasaki and Hiroshima. Get over it.
Not to mention the Israeli MPs who championed the atomic bomb option in the first few weeks of the genocide.
We've seen more and more people in the US administration and the media, also in the Israeli government circle, talk about potential use of nuclear weapons.
As we enter the third week of the joint US-Israeli attack on Iran, more commentators are suggesting that the nuclear option could be on the table, at least for Israel.
If a nuclear weapon is used, it will be by Netanyahu and his government, not us.
Yes, good.
There's no state on the planet that is more ruthless, more murderous than the Israelis. So the idea that they would use nuclear weapons is certainly plausible. And I really worry about this scenario.
But wasn't Iran the one who had to be stopped because of its nuclear threat? Aren't its nuclear aspirations one of the reasons for this war?
Well, there's many reasons and arguments that one could make for a strike against Iran.
The Trump administration has spent extensive effort painting Iran as the biggest threat when it comes to nuclear weapons.
I would say that, look, Israel is a one-bomb country. One bomb takes them out. And That's why it's so existential to Israel.
Is the United States has certain red lines. Our primary interest here is we don't want Iran to get a nuclear weapon. We don't want nuclear proliferation. If Iran gets a nuclear weapon, there are a lot of other regimes, some friendly, some not so friendly, who would get nuclear weapons after them. That would be a disaster for the American people, because then you have these crazy regimes all over the world with the most dangerous weapons in the world. And that's one of the things the president has said he's going to prevent.
But US intelligence reports and the IAEA itself separately reported in 2025 that there was no evidence of that being a threat to start with. And both of these reports went out before last year's 12-day war, which, according to Trump and his administration, obliterated Iran's nuclear program.
I don't want to get into very sensitive intelligence about what we know, but I feel extremely confident, and I can say to the American people with great confidence that they are much further away from a nuclear program today than they were 24 hours ago. The Fordo nuclear site was substantially set back, and that was our goal.
And given the 30,000 pounds of explosives and capability of those munitions, it was devastation underneath Fordo.
Plus, before this year's attack, several Iranian officials went on international TV explicitly stating Iran does not want nuclear weapons, something again agreed to in the Omani-mediated negotiations.
ما صرح به ترامب هو أن هدف المفاوضات أن لا تمتلك إيران سلاحا نوويا، ونحن لا نختلف معه حول هذا، وبناء على هذا هناك نقطة مشتركة هي أن لا تمتلك إيران سلاحا نوويا.
And we can make sure that Iran's nuclear program is peaceful and would remain peaceful forever, and at the same time more sanctions would be lifted.
Of course, this is not to say that Iran has been perfectly compliant with the non-proliferation agreements. The IAEA has had to usher the country to be more transparent many times in the past year, but it never suggested Tehran actually holds any nuclear weapons.
Even if Iran had a nuclear weapon, the United States has thousands. I think the military actually told them that strike Iran hard would have all kinds of negative repercussions in the region. But because Trump tried to get all these loyalists around him, nobody said no. And I think he thought it would be quick and easy. He didn't anticipate the Iranian response. So now he's doubling down. He's raising his demands. I mean, it's almost like he wants to just destroy Iran as a functioning society. In the past, they've said things like, nothing's off the table, which is the veiled nuclear threat. Now they're sort of just blatant about it. They try to talk tough, but of course, threatening nuclear weapons is not tough. It's just insane. I mean, given that what the consequences would be, including, U.S. troops in the region from radiation and such. It's sort of the ultimate threat. I don't know if they're using it for fear or if they think they would actually do it, but it's just it's an indication of how out of control U.S. foreign policy is right now. I think because they're doing so much damage with conventional forces, including assassinations of leaders and so forth, they probably wouldn't go that route. But I think it's a way to show, just instill more fear, say, we'll do anything.
So, who is obsessed with nukes?
What's problematic is that this is being normalized. It's almost like they're setting the scene for it.
And that was a longer one, but that's shows you that we're the ones with the nuclear weapons. We're the ones that are the threat.
We're the only ones that ever used them.
We're the only ones that, you're right, exactly.
And really, historians have revisited. I think because a lot of us Americans don't know, I think it was like something like 60% or more of the Japanese army was tied up in China.
Right.
Like, as much as we always, now some of us have come to realize, yes, the Soviets really defeated Nazi Germany.
Right.
We haven't given the proper credit to China, both the communists and the fascists who, funny, the Chinese fascists, who defeated Imperial Japan. Like, they were, and we firebombed the living shit out of them before we dropped those two nukes.
Right, exactly.
And the two nukes that we dropped it on, I'm trying to figure which one it is. Is it Hiroshima? I think it's Nagasaki. Nagasaki is mostly Christian.
Yeah.
Mostly Christians, so they didn't really have a tie to the emperor.
Mm-hmm.
But what it was just because once the Russians finished, or the Soviets finished defeating the Nazis, they were starting to turn to look to pound on Japan.
Right.
And they were like, holy shit. Plus, Russia had a bone to pick with Japan.
Exactly.
Because they had lost that war. And there's a few islands that they're still arguing over.
Right.
But it was a way, very crudely, to sort of show off, like, we're the big, tough guys.
Yeah.
And in the end, Oppenheimer was trying to get Truman to see like this technology is not going to stay with us. It will leak out.
Mm-hmm.
And he got kicked out of Truman's office. He's got, get the hell out of here. What do you know?
Right.
And sure enough, I think it was within like 9 months or 10 months after that, the
Right.
Soviets, thanks to the Rosenbergs, they had the technology and
Yeah.
everything changed. And we've nuked in testing. I think we've had 1,200 nukes we've dropped on the planet. So it's not like we haven't nuked ourselves. We have. So when we think of, these cancers that we're getting is just from microplastics or from vaccines, people believe, or whatever, we're literally walking around in toxic soup. It's amazing that we're making it to be as old as we are, to be honest with you.
Right. Exactly.
So, but Lindsey Graham's saying that, we flattened it. We flattened it. Like he's like almost, to be crass, orgasming at the thought of like, warfare. He's like some sort of weird, sadistic rapist, weirdo. It's gross. It's really gross because you're talking about people. And let's say we do nuke it, right? Okay.
Mhm.
These guys are too stupid.
Did
And the
you-
lady was nice enough to say this would affect the soldiers. It'll affect the people, obviously.
Right.
But if you want to take oil from there, guess what? You just irradiated the oil.
Right. You just destroyed everything.
It's just destroyed everything. So it's all around fucking stupid. Ugh.
And the video that you sent me, somebody actually tested it for AI and it came up as 78.9. That is meaning that they probably filmed somebody.
Put his face on it.
Yeah, green screened his face or something like that. But definitely there was,
Yep.
So it's like, yeah, it's like,
so he still might be dead.
He still might be or very wounded, or
or maybe he's kind of like Sharon. Remember Sharon? He got put in a coma.
Mhm.
They left him. He was literally a vegetable. He was dead in 2006,
Mhm.
and they left him in a coma for 8 years.
Mhm.
Even though he's just a fat vegetable.
Mhm.
So it could be something like that too. Maybe he's a vegetable, and they don't want to come out and say it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's fucked up.
There was videos that Iran released with pictures of Bibi. I'm still looking for those, but take a look at this.
All right.
And now this. I feel like the king of cartoons on Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Oh, hold on. And smash that like button.
All right, 105 is in the air. We just going here and supply tower ladder 101. They have to come down.
I would assume that he was in a bunker or something, right?
Why can't we just invade?
I would assume that he was in a bunker of some sort, not just hanging out in the living
Well,
room.
maybe he went to a meeting. Some reports say he was with 6 of his generals.
Mhm.
His wife was with him, and his brother.
Right.
I mean, things happen. You can't always be in a bunker all the time. You got to go do shit.
Right.
Just like the Ayatollah. But if they nailed him, I think they've never.
Why
been
can't we
touched
just
like
invade
that.
Iran?
Exactly. Yeah.
Never been touched like that.
I know.
I sent you a couple of videos.
Let's see what you got. The malcontent one, Fury.
Yeah, let's go with the malcontent one first.
Okay.
I think this might prove.
I'm going to X.
Run the tape. Remember that?
Yeah,
Let's run the tape. No one calls it tape anymore. It's now just a video.
Back to the videotape. Let's go, Bert.
Be kind, please rewind.
The problem is that America treats war like it's a goddamn sport.
Because we've never been touched by it at home.
Exactly. Let's
Okay. Okay. No problem at all. See you shortly, Mr. Secretary.
You can work that in.
Mr. Secretary, I have to say, it's a first, I'm sure a last as well, that an interviewee's been pulled away to go to the Situation Room. How was the president? Was he stressed?
No, the president is in great spirits. The Iranian mission is proceeding well ahead of schedule. And I have to tell you, Wolf, that I've a teenager who's considering military service, and I could give this team my highest compliment, from President Trump to the head of the Joint Chiefs to the Secretary of War. I would say that I would trust my child's life in their hands.
He's out of his mind. He's out of his mind. Like,
But did you hear his voice?
yeah, he was shaking. He was
He was shaking. I personally think, I could be completely wrong, and many times, and I'm cool if I get called out on it.
Right.
But I really think they went in and they're in a panic mode because Bibi's dead.
Right.
And they're probably sitting there going, holy shit. Because
Yeah.
I think Bibi, no matter what, I don't think he's the president of the United States. I think that's going too far. But I really do think Trump, being the slacker he's been his entire life,
Yeah, he's
has been relying on strategies from Bibi.
Oh, I mean, even George Bush Jr.,
Yeah. So now that he's dead, we got all the stupid shit like, oh, those news agencies that are talking bad about us losing badly in Iran, I'm going to take away your licenses and I'm going to do all this shit to you. Because he really does. He's panicking.
Yeah, they don't know what to do.
They don't know what to do. And I think
Bunch of
that's
rich, entitled fucks that have been robbing the system, looting the government for so long. That's all they know how to do.
Oh, and Bibi was the only one that was sort of functioning. And I don't mean functioning in the sense that giving him a pass on genocide, that he actually was a competent evil guy. In other words, he knew how to execute his evil plan, and these clowns really don't. I think that's what we just saw. They're panicking.
Yeah. They're going to be pulling out very soon if they're smart.
Oh, well, I'll be honest with you. It will be up to Iran.
Yeah, well, that's what they said.
It'll be up to Iran. Iran's like, yeah, bitches, you ain't leaving.
Right. They were like,
You're leaving when I
tell you to.
Oh, damn. Anyway.
This is your other video. Let's.
Well, I tried to a little bit with the Navy. I mean, these speedboats are very, very fast. They're very hard. They're very hard to hit them, especially since the American vessels now have to stand off so far because of fear of shorter ship missiles. I mean, they're about 1,500 kilometers away from the shore or from Hormuz because they have experienced missile attacks on them. Nothing particularly serious, but these ones, well, you're seeing the ones that are on the surface, but they have also, as I say, submersible drones. These are like the drones that you see that have been flying over Dubai and others, but these work under the sea and they're submersible. I mean, there's very little defense to that. There's no defense available to that. So this is our Navy. And just as it is with the missiles, a whole range of a combination of drones, cruise missiles, hypersonic missiles, if you like, substitutes in this day and age for an Air Force, that the Air Force, is dependent on this. And what they've used, I mean, they focused from the beginning on the radar systems in Qatar, in Bahrain, where the Fifth Fleet is, and I think there's another one in Kuwait. And what we see, the effect of this is that it's very difficult for Israeli intercepts to be able to lock on to incoming missiles. Indeed, that's why the notification to Israelis, it was several minutes. They would say, a missile attack is coming in this area of Israel. Now it's 1 minute because they don't have it. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go.
In short, we're fucked.
Well, in short, we should have left. We shouldn't have fucked with them. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, it was bad enough what we did last year, based on, and then, I mean, they just the videos we saw earlier said there was no intelligence stating that they're building any type of nuclear weapon, but Trump attacked them anyway. But there's no evidence of it.
And here's the thing: the Ayatollah that we killed, he was very much. He came out time and time again. Unfortunately, we do this thing, and I can't just say the States, but the West. The West is really bad at this. We don't want to listen to what the other person has to say because we deem them as being bad.
Right.
There are people I don't like, but okay, let's just hear what they got to say because maybe my bias is getting in the way.
Right.
Right. And he said, the Ayatollah said, it is an abhorrent thing to have nukes. So he was dead set against it. Now his son that's taken over, granted, he lost his kid, lost his wife, lost his dad.
Yeah.
Definitely much more hawkish, is saying, fuck it. And he might be the one that says, you know what, why not build it? Because we're going to keep having these problems with these idiots.
Right.
So in a sense, it's self-fulfilling prophecy, what we did.
Right.
You know, we created our own problem. And the other major problem is that, and this goes with a lot of left and right, neither side wants to sit down and read the history of the CIA because that's just conspiratorial.
Right.
But then we all bitch together collectively, oh, another war. Why are we in another war? What's this going to solve? And then they try to throw us some meat. What the meat is, hey, you know, these people are living terribly. We're just trying to make things better for them. It's the hustle, right?
Right.
And some of us bite the hustle. We really bit it after 9/11. I'll tell you this much. And we've bitten it a few times more. And we're kind of still biting it with the whole thing with Iran. Oh, we got to go bomb some little girls to bring feminism to Iran.
It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Doesn't make any sense, right? But we excuse that because we really, and I've heard some leftists say shit like, well, what's China or Russia doing? What are we doing? We live in these countries. What are we doing to sort of set our government straight? We're not educating ourselves as to the history of Mossadegh. Many of us go to 1979 because it's very convenient. Oh, they overthrew a king. First of all, we're Americans. We shouldn't give 10 shits about kings. That's the whole premise of our country was built on, right? At least the mythology.
Exactly.
And secondly, why are we socially engineering other people? We don't want that for us. We bitch about that. People watch Alex Jones telling us, hey, they're going to do this, and you're going to turn you like gay frogs and all this other shit, right? So what do we want them for that?
Right.
I don't want to go and travel somewhere.
Gay frogs. I forgot about that.
Gay frogs, right? I don't want to go to another country to see America.
But it's true.
But it's true, right? I don't want to go to another country to see a copy of that. I'm already seeing it here in Europe.
Right.
It's becoming like, you know, my best compliment for them is you've become good Americans.
Right.
You know, I don't want that. That's a homogeneous bleh. You go to a place to be able to experience different cultures. Now, do certain cultures, by the way, I'll add something else too. I don't see anybody bitching about Bahrain, Qatar, UAE, Saudi Arabia, and their human rights. Because they're providing us with what we want, so we look the other way. So there's that hypocrisy with
China
that.
too. China is like with their
Well,
systems and stuff, and you know their social credit scores, which
that
actually
does not exist.
Yeah.
That does not exist.
Yeah.
And many Chinese people who watch this are gonna come on the comments if they see this. They're gonna tell you that does not exist. There's a company that does it, but overall they don't have social credit systems in the way that we think. Now we have a social credit system.
Yeah, but we have a social credit system for
We
sure.
have a social credit system.
We definitely do. When I want to buy a car, they're like, "Well, what's your credit like?" It's like, "What the fuck? Who gives a fuck?" I don't own any credit cards. I have no debt. They're like, "Oh, what's
And that's bad. That's bad. because now you can't get a proper job because they're going to look at your credit score, can't get an apartment. So a lot of the shit that my thing is, let's stop offshoring a lot of our bad shit to other places
Mhm.
and start looking at our own shit that we let slide.
Mhm.
Like even some of our allies we let slide, like Saudi Arabia. We're not an outrage. Okay, so I'm cool with them giving us oil. All right. But at home, in our homes, in our different countries, in the West, why are we not pushing back against shit? Because they'll get us to look, oh yeah, but it's worse over there. Right. Now I talked to a teacher, she's Black American. She lived in China, she's been living in China for 12 years.
Mhm.
And she flat out told me all that social credit stuff, all the shit that they're telling you is bullshit. They're lying to you.
They did have this app though when you went to during COVID that you couldn't go anywhere without.
Well,
scan-
that was probably a very specific
tracking.
app for that time because they were actually working on that. But the social credit app has been shown to be bullshit, and
So-
it drives Chinese people crazy and people who've been living in China crazy. And mind you, I
can tell you,
see.
the middle class there lives way better than we do.
Well, who
Way
is the
better.
manufacturer of the planet?
You know,
Who's the manufacturer of the planet? When we were manufacturing and we were the manufacturer for the planet,
yeah,
we're living pretty fucking good.
yeah. They're making everything. Yeah,
But because the very wealthy hated the fact that we were even getting close to living okay, they
Right.
wanted to stick it to us. And that's why I said to you, like a couple episodes ago, they're my issue. Because
Yeah.
they're always stab us in the back.
yeah, always.
You know,
They don't even want their own brethren to do well. They don't even want.
they don't even see us as their
They don't
brethren.
want. They don't want even. They don't even want to elevate their own white folk. They want to. They want to have it tiered. Like, no, you're poor white. You're in your white trash. You know, like they don't want.
And it's not even a money thing. They really believe it's genetic.
It's genetic. Yeah, it's a
You know,
genetic.
which is wild. So and
It's
until
like European wars from the past, tribalism from Europe carried over here and continuing. You know.
well, the tribalism in Europe, I always have an issue with that because when you look at the history, it's one very inbred family or a
That's
couple of
true.
families
That's
that
true.
run everything
Mhm.
and then run all these different groups that they're, I guess you could say, tribes against each other.
Right.
But it's one family that really runs that.
Right.
So, you know, and that's the problem. You know, I'm not going to say the Rothschilds because the Rothschilds haven't always
This is
been the
one.
oldest.
This is one of many.
One of many. And the more Johnny come latelys anyway, the more popular one because it's has such a cool, you know, Rothschild. You know, so but no one knows about the Sassoons. There's a bunch of families, the Habsburgs, the Bourbons, the fuck. And it's they all get inbred, and when you could tell them when you see them because they kind of look kind of horse faced. You know? I mean, they always poke fun at the poor people for being inbred, but the rich pride themselves on being inbred.
Right. Exactly.
You know,
Okay.
and occasionally
And they eat babies.
and they eat babies. Well, if you don't see us being part of them,
Right.
then you've already created a disassociation, right? So
Yeah.
then it's easy to go, well, they're not really human anyway.
Right. Right. Yeah.
So, you know, I mean, we're just cattle, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
So
Take a look at this. This is the AI video we were talking about. This is, you can see his, if you pay attention to his hand,
yeah, the blur is really whacked on that.
and then his hands. You know, you can see his fingers.
Yeah, it's whacked.
You know, ends up getting this claw of a hand.
Mm-hmm.
Like clearly 6 fingers. You know.
This is really funny because I'm surprised they didn't actually just get an older video of his.
Right, and just play it. Like
and just switch out the mouth.
They didn't watch Videodrome, you know?
Nah,
And then
they waste too much time.
I mean, you could see it. You know, he's got fucking he's got this claw. Why are the fingers all the same size? He's got the pinky. The fucking
Yeah, that pinky's really long, man.
I think The fingers are all the same size. It's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And then that's when it turns to 6. Look, he's got 6 fingers there.
They were pointing out the teeth too.
Yeah, the teeth were like claw. He had like these giant claw teeth. It's just-
I don't know, man.
it's fucking nuts.
But the question is, what does it mean? Because I know that a lot of people have painted BB into a bad guy. I'm not going to say he's not. He is, but he's not like the final bad guy. Because Israeli society, from reading Haaretz, like a good deal of them are cool with what's going on.
80%, yeah.
So even if we get rid of BB, we get a Benny the Goiter, Smokey Smoketrich.
Yeah.
The next guy is just going to be just as Looney Tunes. The only difference is I think that BB won't be as connected because he's had 40 years to sit in that wine and, you know, ferment perfectly.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. It is just like, whoa, what's going on? It's like, this is not cool. This is, you know,
crazy.
Yeah. I had this other video here. Let's see what this was.
You know what I'm going to say, right?
What's that?
Smash that like button. I watch all these videos, seeing all these young people saying that. I just crack up. I'm like,
Yeah. It's
but it's just literally just a click. It's not like a smash. Okay.
right. Just press on it.
Just press on it. You know, smash buttons was more like for our generation when you played the arcade. You played
Play the video game, right?
I'm like, okay.
Why are we smashing buttons?
As you said, it's not a Gen X thing.
It's like,
all right, what you got? What you got, Ray?
see, I got this video here. Let me see. I can't remember everything that I sent you. I sent you too much stuff. Sorry about that.
Don't worry. I watched most of it actually, and some of it's just like, yeah, I just saw that.
This was like and then we had, you know, how nobody's armed. So it's like you see the American guy is just standing there. He just has a gun. He's not firing at them, so we know who it is. It's not the U.S. that's doing it.
That was in Gaza, right?
Yeah. Then you got Israel in chaos over here. What's going on now?
That's freaking dystopian, man.
It is. It's really sickening. Then you have Israel. What's happening here now with the riots and stuff? Now that you can see that
Yeah.
they've gotten word that this guy is out, and they're like, regime change.
Yeah, I think Israel's going to go through a lot
It
more
is-
pain.
Yeah.
A lot more pain.
It's self-inflicted, you know.
None of this needed to be done. I mean,
No, people were living in peace. I don't know why. Whenever
none of it.
comes into office, we need to go to war with somebody. I just don't understand.
Well, from the very beginning, when you go back to the beginnings of Israel, the strategy or the idea that they had, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a proper strategy. They always knew that they were going to need enemies to keep the people focused outside. and never be focused on the inside. I think that was a stupid strategy.
Right.
Because you spend most of your time fighting, and then you have to rely on the U.S. or some outside force. That's going to be problems too.
Right.
And the locals were very welcoming. When you read about when they first got there, they were very welcoming. So there was no need for any of this. All of it's completely asinine.
Right. Exactly.
You know.
I mean, granted, I mean, Biden was fighting this war as well, and he was just letting them do whatever they wanted, which wasn't good either. You know, but just it's just to continue it. I mean, even the thing with Ukraine, to continue that war.
Yeah. Well, they wanted to do to Russia what had happened to us in Vietnam, drain a lot of Russia's resources.
Yeah.
And you know who's laughing all the way to the bank right now?
Yeah.
Is Russia. Russia's laughing its ass off. I think like every day it makes like $150 million plus because of the whole oil crisis at the Strait of Hormuz. Yeah. And I just laugh because it's like when you plot these stupid cockamamie ideas, you don't know where it's going to go. Even if it's solid and you think like, I got this airtight. No, there's too many factors and stuff. Things can go sideways. And now Ukraine has had to send over some of its own munitions to Israel, along with some of its drones. And Russia might just do the final crunching on it.
Right,
exactly. So it's screwed. I mean, but anyone who's done any basic video game gameplay would know if you've got a strategy thing and if you got your enemy over here, why start shit over here when your resources are low? Because then you have to reroute all that shit over here. And that fight that you think you're winning over here, now your enemy can take.
Exactly.
I just don't fucking get it, man. And I laugh because it's just, we're comic book artists.
Right.
Comic book creators.
Right.
People go to school for this shit that know better than we do, because that's not our trade. But the fact that we've got these idiots in there that comic book creators can point out and go, that's fucking stupid. That's pretty bad.
Right. I mean, and it's not just us talking about what's going on there. This is like a lot of influencers, YouTubers, what have you, talking about this whole AI thing. So it is a major issue. I mean,
the AI thing, yeah, and it's bad for our environment.
Right, yeah.
It's stealing from us.
Yeah.
I mean, as a technology, it's not that earth-shattering, really.
No. I mean, they're using it. And then 4 hours ago, we had this here happening. So it's like
knock it, rock
that video,
and slash that button.
We're getting like we're like the war version of Dan TDM, right?
It's like, oh shit, Gen X got the button. Now they're gonna ruin it for us.
Right. Oop, I'm on the wrong one. Let's hear this one.
China knew the war in Iran was going to start up to 2 months before it actually did. And because of that, we just found out that in January and February of this year, the 2 months before this war started, China imported 16% more oil into their country than previously. And there's a reason for that. Obviously, in response to this war in Iran, China knew this was going to happen too. The oil supply around the world has been cut off. Iran has shut the Strait of Hormuz, and many Middle Eastern countries have stopped production of oil and gas. But it seems that China knew about this and they were preparing for it. As I said, it's now been confirmed that China imported over 16% more gas and oil during January and February than in previous months. But it's worth knowing this probably wasn't just a coincidence. In fact, there's been a Chinese intelligence ship in the Persian Gulf off the coast of Iran for over 3 months now. And I actually made a video on that in January. And in that video, I said that if a war is going to start, China probably knows about it months before we do because of that intelligence ship. And it seems, judging by that report that's come out today, I was completely right on that. And China has been preparing for this war for the last 2 months. And so China has much bigger stockpiles of gas and oil than they normally do. because of this war and because they knew this war was going to happen. This here is a great example of countries and their leadership knowing stuff before the public do, which is why we're making such a big deal out of this. But in reality, China's been preparing for it. Stuff like this is fascinating. It's stuff that you wouldn't find out about if you didn't leave me a follow, because we do a lot of independent investigative journalism, which you just won't find out about. And so leave me a follow, because I cover all the stuff you need to know about, especially this Iran conflict right now. Some breaking news. We just found out that China knew the war in Iran was going to start. Up to
This young guy actually is pretty impressive, because he literally he'll post things like multiple times a day, you know, like
he's on it.
He is on it, you know, like he's
on it.
He is totally on it.
And it's true. I mean, I remember when we went to Iraq. Actually, before, when we were talking about going to Iraq and Afghanistan and 9/11 happened, I started to follow what China and Russia were doing. So you're talking like 2002, yeah. And they were starting to do military joint exercises.
Yeah.
In response. You're talking 24 years ago.
Right.
Like, they weren't fucking around. They're like, yeah, these guys are going to get a little crazy. So, you know what? Whatever beef we might have, let's put that aside, because we don't know where this is heading.
Right.
And I guess they knew where it was heading. Eventually, there was going to be a point where they tried to close down the. I mean, they talk about it all the time.
All the time.
It's not like these guys aren't quiet. I mean, they're.
How many times are we talking about like China invading Taiwan, and it's all propaganda bullshit?
Yeah, China doesn't want to do
not invading Taiwan. They have business dealings with them, but
they're never going to do that.
We're forecasting what we intend to do. False flag here, false flag there.
Oh, we're going to have an invasion. We're going to have these many men. They're going in through this corridor. Oh,
yeah,
shit.
Silverstein buying a bank in California. And, didn't he buy a building in New York?
Oh, yeah. Like you wanted the drone thing.
Yeah, it's like.
I posted a little map about that. And then some dude came on and if he's watching, I don't give a shit, was talking about, well, you know, with solar panels, you could do it. And I'm like, you're talking about a people that developed a Mach 15 missile.
Right.
If they wanted to hit us, they're not setting over some rickety old shit thing. And to hit what in LA, really, or California? What really is there? Sorry for my California people. What,
right.
The Hollywood sign?
Right.
Like, if anything, they're going to hit DC or New York.
Unless they hit their oil, but that's.
But you'd hit the New York Stock Exchange.
Right.
You'd hit, like, Congress or something while it's in session. Like,
you wouldn't even hit Wall Street. You would hit the servers that are servicing.
Yeah, wherever the servers are. Exactly.
But
California, I'm like,
yeah, no.
Really, you guys can't come up with a better one than this? Like,
right. I mean, they have servers where, like Arizona, Colorado, like in the mountains and shit, where they have the AI and all that shit.
And then you could just cut down a tree because our grid just sucks balls. So.
Exactly. The same kid did another one, which was 4 hours ago. I wanted to play that. Let's see this one.
Let's see.
This one's pretty wild too. I mean, he's on it. Like I said, he's really on it.
Taken a huge amount of damage, and Iran has blown up an American airbase in Saudi Arabia. But it gets worse. The US admitted that Iran blew up 5 refueling planes worth over $500 million. And I'll tell you what the US said in a moment, but you need to know this comes only a few days after Iran actually released satellite pictures of this American airbase in Saudi Arabia. Those satellite pictures showed quite clearly that there was dozens of American refueling planes in the airbase, and that's why Iran has attacked it today. Even Trump spoke on this though, but what he said was actually quite weird. Trump tried to deny it, as you'd expect, but he also kind of admitted it at the same time, I think without even realizing. Trump said, quote, "The airbase was hit, but none of the planes were struck or destroyed." He said that no planes were damaged. He said that Iran didn't hit a single plane. However, in just the next sentence, he admitted they did. After denying it, he said, quote, 4 of the 5 planes had virtually no damage. 1 had slightly more damage. And so Trump denied it. He said Iran didn't hit or damage the planes. However, in the sentence after, 4 of the planes were damaged and 1 other was put out of service. He said that 4 of those have This is the first statement we've gotten by the US on this. And so of the 5 American refueling planes that were hit in this base in Saudi Arabia, 4 were moderately damaged, according to Trump, and 1 was damaged quite a bit more and is still out of service currently. And considering Trump first denied it and then admitted it just the sentence after, we don't actually know how truthful we can take the statement. Iran says they completely destroyed the refueling planes, and we can only imagine if a drone hits a refueling plane, it probably is going to put it out of service. And so that's what we're going with at the moment, that 5 American refueling planes have been put out of service after an Iranian drone hit them. Multiple Iranian drones would be needed to do that. This is a big deal, and I'm one of the only people covering stuff like this. So leave me a follow for all the global news that you need to know about.
Smart kid. You know that England actually threatened to have him arrested for releasing.
Yeah,
this.
I know. I did see that.
You know,
actually, Trump right now just came out and said, "Stop sharing the damage, the pictures of the damage on social media."
Right.
I'm like, dude.
That's another Pearl Harbor right there. I wonder how many servicemen got hit in that attack. You know.
To be honest with you, do you remember the first Gulf War and the second? Right?
Yeah, I was in high school. Yeah.
You were in high school at the time. And the second time, I don't know if he was in the first one, but the second one, there was Baghdad Bob. We called him Baghdad Bob, right?
Right.
He was the Iraqi information minister.
Right.
And he was standing there in front of the press saying, "Oh, the Marines are committing suicide at the walls of Baghdad." And then you can see the split screen, how they're just getting completely decimated, right? We have fully transformed into that guy. As like that's Trump's position now.
Right.
Oh, we're doing this, we're destroying them. By the way, we need some shits to come over and help us. Like, it's such a fucking joke. And I know people are dying, so I shouldn't really seriously laugh. But
no, but it's just
it's the absurdity.
The absurdity, the lunacy of it all. It's just like it's starting to look like a Mel Brooks movie, you know?
But we go along with it. That's the other part, right?
Or Dr. Strangelove, you know, like Kubrick's.
And there's been some reports, I don't know how true they are, rumors, that there's been some revolts at the different bases from the soldiers. So if that's true, I can understand that because their orders that are being given to them are fucking asinine. What do you mean? You want me to go in to do what? Like, what's the plan? You have no plan? I'm just going in there for some fat rapist's ego, you know?
All right. I mean, they're calling it Project Epstein, right? That's what they're calling.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I call it Operation Furious Meat Grinder. Yeah. Fuck. Like, I wouldn't want that. I feel bad for the people there getting it. And to a great extent, I feel bad for the soldiers that they're executing these orders. But on the other hand, it's like, if you're ever going to rebel, this might be the time to say, you know what, this is some stupid shit. And the Gerald Ford, apparently it wasn't just that the equipment was shitty. That was part of it. But the sailors were actually shoving T-shirts into the toilets. And there was an issue where there was a fire on it this past week that apparently some of the sailors set. And from what I hear, don't know if it's true or not. Again, don't take me at my word. Look it up. Keep an eye on it because there's so much misinformation. It's the sailors who are like, fuck this shit. We don't want to go die for Epstein. So.
Exactly.
Just waiting for them to send over ICE. Be like, I didn't sign up for this, bitch. You're going out there anyway.
I mean, and then this whole false flag with California, it's like, give me a break. Nobody wants to do anything. There's no advantage to it, you know.
I mean, what
outside of the oil, you know, I don't see any reason for it. Let's, you know, let me see. Do I have that? I think I have this. I think I have better. I gotta get it up. Let's see.
This drone training facility on Earth. It would also be kind of wild that Erica Kirk has just been appointed to the U.S. Air Force Academy Board of Visitors by Donald Trump. It would be even more wild that we're getting Iran drone attack warnings from the FBI all the way in California. Does anybody want to tell them how far this distance actually is? Now, I'm not saying the threat isn't real, but something else is going on behind the scenes. And I found this pretty interesting as well, where the Army is offering $5,000 for these two guys who stole 4 drones out of Fort Campbell. You mean to tell me that these two guys were casually walking around a military base with masks on and they're still at large? Got it. Now, going back to Fort Huachuca, I do find it pretty interesting that the Austin shooter, who had an Iranian flag on his chest, his name was Googled a week before near Fort Huachuca. So the question is, are we looking at a false flag event? Because not only Erica Kirk has ties to Fort Huachuca, but also her mom, Lori Fronsvie, who specializes in EMPs, electromagnetic pulses. And here she is talking with Peter Pry, who worked for the CIA, talking about Iran, national security, and EMPs. Now, looking down the road, are we going to get more alerts like these where a pro-Iran hacker group has just claimed a cyber attack on the U.S. medical device maker Stryker? It's also important to note that they said this is the first Iran attack on American soil, so things might ramp up from here. And another question I have, did they plan this all along? Because Congress just passed the National Defense Authorization Act, which they stuck in a provision for the Selective Service System, which means that men from 18 to 26 automatically get registered for the federal database for the military. Now, this is not a draft, but it's a just-in-case list, so I will keep my eye on this. Now, I'm doing a bigger breakdown on my YouTube, The Maverick Approach, so make sure you guys hit that up, and let me know what you guys think about all this down below. Wouldn't it be—
Now, what I find interesting is that Erica Kirk comes into this. It goes full circle because I remember that
Candace.
I remember, Candace Owens, but there was also another person that said that Charlie Kirk was furious when he went to the White House from Syria, and he was saying, "Do not go into Iran. It's a mistake." And that was like the last time he was in the White House before he got killed. So now I'm thinking, if he was killed, look how Erica Kirk and her family
benefited,
from this.
Yeah, well, apparently she was working for Epstein. That's what Candace has been working on. Candace is not my favorite person until she apologizes to the Black community, and even then, I just wish that she would fight for those in the Black community the way she's fought for her friend Charlie Kirk. That said, she's brought out some interesting facts on some of this stuff.
What's interesting, she's taking a deeper dive in the Freemasons, but she is a Freemason herself, which I find that interesting.
But if I remember correctly, the Black Freemasons, which were started by Prince Hall, are not necessarily the same as the white Freemasons, because apparently even in that, you got segregation.
Yeah.
So she might be part of the I don't know if they even allow women. I think they got their version of women too.
They do. They both the white Freemasonry and the
Black, because Prince Hall, and actually, if you've watched that series, which is, I know some people are divided on the series, but I enjoyed it. Lovecraft Country. Oh,
that was a great series.
Great series. They touch a little bit on.
They didn't continue it,
Yeah, it was HBO was, racist producers. They're just the racism. It was a great series. They're great.
It did so well, and then even the Watchmen show too, and then they just killed it. They had 2 really great series, and then they just killed it. Meanwhile, they'll keep these mediocre series keep going,
forever,
like this White Lotus crap. It's like, give me a break. What? I don't understand.
I never even watched it.
Well, I never finished. I couldn't finish a full episode because it was so terrible. I was like, why are they promoting this? Something about white America. Whenever there's a really shit movie out there, they'll, like, Oppenheimer was such a piece of shit. And they just promoted that, put it on IMAX, said how great it was. And I was like, wait a minute. You do a movie about fucking
the bomb,
right? Not Pearl Harbor, about fucking Nagasaki and Hiroshima, and you don't show, not even having actors showing the damage or destruction It's all about the victimization of Oppenheimer and the trials he went through. And well, poor Oppenheimer.
Yeah, there was the people
It's like,
who
the guy's a mass murderer, and they celebrated.
and he knew it too. He forever was hung
Yeah.
on it, but there were the people who lived around the testing area who got sick.
Right.
And a lot of the kids from that were like, you
Yeah.
didn't even show the effect on the community.
Right.
What you did. Yeah, it's very I never watched it. I find Chris,
watching.
I think he has two movies that I like, which was Memento.
Mm-hmm.
That was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I do like what's that one with the spinning thing? It was kind of fascinating.
The dream one?
The dream one. That was fascinating.
Yeah, that was good, yeah.
And I do like Batman Return or Dark Knight, the Joker one. Those are the only three I care for him. But
I mean,
overall,
it was beautiful to watch the film, the cinematographer wise, but how do you make a movie that about a massacre, the world's first atomic bomb massacre, and you don't show the Japanese, and not to be gratuitous, but you don't even show a response of it.
I think it goes back to that myth. There's a myth that it was required, and if we show it, then that myth is gone.
Right.
Right? Because there are people on the left that'll argue, oh, yes, we had to, because if China had just said, fuck it, we're not going to fight the Japanese, we would never be able to enter even 1 inch into the Pacific.
Right.
So whether we dropped it or not wouldn't have mattered. And they were giving up anyway.
And mind you that, George Bush's grandfather was sold the Japanese all the materials so that they could bomb Pearl Harbor. He was a war profiteer. He sold them the iron, it's for them to build stuff. He sold the Germans the materials to build the camps.
There was a very strong, that's the other part that's not talked about, is the industrialists. There's a great clip, but I know we get in trouble, from a movie called Saboteur, and it gives you a good understanding as to how the wealthy think of us. And I think it's the reason that Hitchcock never won an Oscar, because of that one little scene where he shows them for being the ungrateful, sniveling assholes that they are.
Right, exactly.
Looks like we got a comment, right?
Oh, that was your nephew there. It's like,
oh, is he? Oh, he's laughing. Yeah.
I respect
so fucking assholes, man. But buddy of mine who was in the military was telling me they used to do war games, and sometimes they play out different battles to see,
right,
like if you played Japan, could you have won, what you could have done. And he told me when he got to play Japan, there was no way they could have won. You had to attack Pearl Harbor because they had been cut off from oil. Granted, they cut us off from our rubber plantations.
Right.
So we had a crisis of, we need to make rubber for fucking everything. You're talking tires and stuff.
Yeah,
so,
and we were giving Japan sanctions, forcing them into that position, So it's like, again, that wouldn't have happened if you didn't fucking put the sanctions on them, and as my students say, dick riding, right? They're dick riding. It's like
causing shit. Like if you see there's an email exchange between Epstein and one of the Rothschilds, and he sends her a message saying, this whole thing in Ukraine is going to blow up. There's going to be a lot of great opportunities for us. No normal person would look at a war and go, oh, fuck, we're going to make a lot of money from this.
Right. Same thing about 9/11 too. Same thing.
Same thing. So
their shadow cabinet that they were talking about creating,
Yeah, the shadow panel that they had for the Shadow Commission.
Yeah, the Shadow Commission. Yeah.
And I guess Epstein was the one handing out the invites, because Ghislaine answers back, oh, no, I can't be on it or whatever.
Yeah.
So
this guy who they try to just make it out like some pervy guy is actually more pivotal than they want us to think.
Yeah. He's definitely a manager. Like,
Mhm.
you know.
And notice how the news never picked up any of those images where international news was talking about Epstein possibly being alive, and America didn't touch that one.
Oh, there's a new video that came out. He might be in Florida. Someone saw a picture of him driving.
Mhm.
Yeah, so who knows?
It's
I
like
don't-
he's the new Elvis is alive. Remember when we were kids, you had the National Enquirer, and you
Yep.
it's
The
Elvis.
aliens came and got him.
Yeah,
Maybe BB will be with them,
yeah, right. It's like no.
hanging out with them. I sent you. I don't know if this is true or not. I sent you a pic.
No, yes.
I don't know if it's true or not, but if it is, it's fucking hilarious.
Wait, I fucked up this. I was actually looking for my phone because I was going. I actually attached this Truth
You're on Truth
Social.
Social?
Yeah,
See if it's true or not.
I troll.
Well, you troll them. Oh, no wonder you got cars coming over to your
Yeah.
driving in, going. That's those messages are coming from. Come from this house.
I haven't done it in a few weeks, but you know.
Boss doesn't like it.
Right.
Smash that button
What's that button?
and subscribe.
It's a lot. We covered a lot here, but there's so much more. It's a never ending.
Well, that's why we do the show. So we got tons to talk about. We'll never run out of shit.
Oh my God, it's never ending.
I got another one I got to send you. You're going to laugh at this one. I got two, actually. Fuck, you laugh. Actually, I got another one. I got another one. Sorry. Hold on. No, I'm just kidding. That's it. 4.
I got this one here. It's
Hegseth
a little and then just a little warning. Don't be
winding
offended.
down.
Don't be offended. This is not meant to be anti-Semitic. We're making fun of the United States government and the people that
They're
run this.
incompetence.
Right.
They're fucking incompetent.
So for those who
is he alive? Is he not alive? What the fuck's
Right.
going on?
it's like it's just the ridiculousness of
It's so ridiculous. There's another one with Hegseth that's hilarious because he actually fucking said this, and I was in stitches because I saw the video of it, and I was just like, I can't believe that this asshole said that. It's the one of him, like the pirate, going. He's got 6 fingers, touched by the AI gods.
See, you got this here. Life is tough. It's tougher. Oh my God.
Oh man, the internet wins. It wins. This was pretty funny too.
It's true.
Close.
It's,
So can you guys send some chips? What an idiot. Oh, what an absolute moron.
Oh my God. Let's see.
There's another one. There we go. The only thing prohibiting transit in the strait is Iran shooting at us. Otherwise, it's open.
Yeah, the Popeye look there. Oh my.
What an idiot.
What a fucking idiot.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's wild.
Well,
that's wild stuff.
Ruled by idiot. I should actually find the actual video, but I can't stand hearing his voice. Hegseth's voice just.
Oh, he's a moron. I mean, the guy in SNL is doing a funny version of him, but it's still, I think, trying to see. I think they're making fun of his masculinity, but at the same time, it's like some people could probably look at that and like, yeah, that's right. He's cool. It's like, no, it's not.
You gotta make him like. I haven't seen it, but I would always take it like the asshole gym teacher.
Yes.
I think everyone can relate to that.
Yes.
And the asshole gym teacher should never be anywhere near anything other than being an asshole gym teacher.
Exactly.
You know.
Exactly. I know. It's just like, I don't remember why I sent you this one, but it's this lady talking. I'm just like,
Let's see it.
Epstein Coalition. That's what the yes. Let's see this. This one's fun. You know, we have the little feminine presence here, since it's just two guys talking about war. Maybe it's like, there we go.
War. What's it good for?
War crimes that the United States and Israel are currently committing. They call it the Epstein Coalition. Breaking news, the Epstein Coalition just bombed another residential building in Iran. Or breaking news, the Epstein Coalition killed 9 civilians in Lebanon. We're not even known as a country anymore. We're known as a coalition of Satan-worshiping pedophiles. I want that to really resonate with you, that that is how the entire world views the United States. What are you going to do about it?
What are you going to do about it? That's
not get eaten.
Pretty sad.
Yeah, it is. It is. That's such a couple more.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, she's right.
The Epstein Coalition.
The Epstein Coalition.
Yeah.
Operation Epic Fury.
It sounds like a bad movie.
Yeah, but whose fury?
Right.
Is it Iran's fury? Because it's looking like it's Iran's fury. It's not looking like it's ours.
No.
You know? Fucking morons. Yeah, I sent you two. There's one picture. They're just pictures.
Oh, rare earths.
About rare earths. I gotta do a little math today. So yeah, we get all that stuff from China.
Yeah.
But we need that shit to make that shit.
Mhm.
Love. And because we're not getting that shit anymore. Yeah.
Exactly.
We're fucked.
Yeah, but how can you fight a war without the how do you fight a war without
Here's Petey
in a wet t-shirt?
in his JD or his drinking wisdom.
These are legit?
Those are legit. Yeah, he was from some part. Somebody slapped those together. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't have 6 fingers, so
Yeah.
different lengths. Yeah.
You can see the tattoo through his shirt. That's why I was like, wow, that might be legit.
It is legit. Yeah, he's a drinker. He's a drinker.
Yeah, wow.
He's a drinker. Yeah, he's a drinker.
Oh my God. That's so crazy.
Fucking rolled by idiots, man.
For sure. For sure. It just, oh my God.
And here's the thing, like, if I voted for someone and they fucked up, I'd be up their ass too. I don't care. It's like, you ain't doing your job right. I'm sorry. That's just the way it goes. Done. So anyone who gets sensitive because they voted for MAGA, you know what? I have a new hat for you.
Yeah.
I'm going to send you this new hat, and you can give it to them. If you get upset by this, it's a new hat, and it's one specifically designed for you. I sent it to you. You can put it.
Let's see.
You can put it up.
Just queuing this up. Let's take a look at this.
I love how you went through the rail.
Correct some fish each.
I love how you went through the rail.
Right.
So I got my new hat for you.
The maggot hat. Yes.
maggot
I
hat.
love it. I love it. Great.
Go maggots.
Go maggots.
At this point, man, yeah, I can't be supporting this shit.
No, not at all.
You know, I didn't like that Obama was doing that shit to on Tuesdays, bombing kids and wedding stuff. I didn't like that shit either. So
Yeah, didn't he? Was he the one that killed Osama bin Laden's son who got at his wedding because he was married?
something like that. Yeah, he also killed a bunch of people that had nothing to do with bin Laden, They killed more innocent people than they did.
Yeah, and that was info from Israel too, saying that the guy married one of the supposed hijackers' daughters. So at their wedding party, the United States bombed him.
Yeah,
killed the entire family, the wedding party, friends, family, whatever, because they said that he was, I guess, at his bachelor party that he was going to retaliate against the U.S. and make revenge for his father or whatever. It sounds like some bullshit.
Yeah.
So based on a verbal threat at a bachelor party, they killed hundreds of people at a wedding.
Died. Yeah. Died.
Like that's not going to have repercussions.
And then he was joking about droning the Jonas Brothers. I was like, that's not in good taste, dude. You literally killed people. That's like Jack the Ripper saying to you, "Hey, you know what? I'm gonna slit your throat." Nah, not cool. Not cool. I didn't like that shit. I didn't like that shit. I don't like that shit from anyone. And it's, to me, it's not a matter of like trying to play baseball.
Right.
Like it's my team versus no. Because in the end, really, there's only two teams. It's the rich and the poor.
Right.
And they're bombing people for the rich. And there are Democrats who were trying to argue with me when Obama was doing it. Well, we have to do it to keep the terrorists from coming over here.
That's just horseshit.
Oh man, I'm like, tough. No, you don't do that shit.
Right.
You don't do that. That's
I call it the uni party.
That's just wrong. Oh, I got a video I got to send you. Ignore that one I just sent you.
There's this woman which talks about the businesses while we're at war, what's happening with these drone technology.
Go for it. And then I got something that'll liven up. Go ahead.
I see what you said.
Oh my.
Else got filed with the SEC. While this war was making headlines, something else got filed with the SEC. The current resident's son invested in a drone company last year. Recently, the administration banned Chinese drones, their competition, overnight. This week, the Pentagon needs American suppliers urgently. Then the sons filed paperwork to take their drone company public. One of their drone investments markets its product as, and I'm quoting directly, low cost per kill. The cost they're keeping low is not theirs. 4 companies in the family's investment portfolio collected $735 million in Pentagon contracts since his dad took office. Dad starts the war, dad bans the competition, sons sell the drones. You write the check. It's not a conspiracy theory. It's an SEC filing.
Yeah, she's right. She's right. Now, on a lighter note, I do have a video. On a lighter note, this happened in Argentina. I don't know if you've heard of the shit that's been going on in Argentina, but that crazy coke-filled weirdo called Milei, or I call him El Me.
Right.
He's not worthy. He's a complete nut. Anyway, they basically have slave labor now because they changed the laws where you can work 12 hours straight. The companies don't have to pay you money. They can pay you in food. So people are a little pissed off right now. And one of Milei's guys,
right?
You'll see the video. Didn't do so well. Had a little bit of an issue with a fellow Argentinian. So I'll let the video do the talking. I'll let the video do the talking.
Yeah, I think
there might be some brutal violence in it. So for those of you who might be a little squeamish, you're cool with the violence in comic books and comic book movies. This is real violence. But anyway.
Yeah, people are a little squeamish about stuff like that, right?
Yeah. So I'm warning ahead of time.
We're warning you.
We're warning you.
Let's zoom in so we can get a nice shot of this. You know. All right. That looks good, right? That looks good.
Yeah.
Let's see if we go. All right. And action.
Venimos a ayudar a la gente. No, ¿qué te pasa? Asesino. Ponele ya a la esposa. Hijo de puta. Boludo. Se cagá, hijo de puta. Te voy a matar. Putazo. Boludo, ¿qué te pasa? Animal. ¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué te pasa?
The dog's like, I want to drink some of that blood.
Yeah, dude, headbutted him. He's pissed off. People are pissed off in Argentina, man. And you know, things can get very wacky when people start losing food and employment and things get unstable. Stupid things can happen. And yeah, dude is like a total libertarian. The guy that got hit in the nose. By the way, you could hear the crunch too, which I was like,
I heard it. I was like, oof. He was just like,
good form on the guy though. Yeah, really good form. I mean, he leaned in on it.
yeah, Kiko, you can tell he plays soccer.
Oh yeah, old dude, but man, I was like,
He fucking buttered that like a soccer ball.
but what was the other guy thinking? He was like up in his face.
I know.
You know, he got a little too close. So, yeah, you know, I'm afraid things will bubble up. I think that's a sign of it. Even in Argentina, things will bubble up and things will get ugly because those socially above us aren't paying attention to us.
Exactly.
It's hard to stay cool.
It is, especially in these times, you know.
Yeah.
Get emotional. People get crazy, you know. I told you I had some friends over yesterday. One guy got upset because we couldn't stop talking politics, but it's just like,
is it politics or current events?
I would say current events, yeah, because
current events.
But some people don't want to face what's going on, you know.
Well, he'll face it at the pump.
What's that?
He'll face it at the pump.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, even one of my family members was talking about the Epstein files, and like, I got to pay my bills. I got a lot of things going on in my life. I don't care about what's going on, and that's the problem with our country, is that we don't care what our government is doing. We're so in our own lives that we're not paying attention to the people we elected into power and how they're fucking the rest of the world for our own benefit. And we're not even getting we're paying bills. We're not even benefiting. You know what I mean? It's like
the money that we pay for the bills goes to the same people who are fucking us. The people that we work for are taking our work, paying us shit, and then making money off the shit that we're doing. So they're fucking us in so many different ways.
Right.
Here, it's sort of a mixed bag. Everyone's, I guess, seeing that Spain's full tilt, like, fuck no. They even told Trump, go fuck himself, right? Which I'm very proud of Spain for that.
Right.
France still has some issues. France did hey, we're going to go open up the strait. And then Iran said, okay, we'll welcome you. We're ready to meet you. They're like, fuck no, we're out of here.
Right.
And right now, today, they're having rallies in Paris and cities throughout all of France, protesting fascism and racism because it's being normalized in the media. Because there's some kid who was killed. I can't say kid. He was a young man who was killed. He was a neo-Nazi. They try to paint him like he was part of this feminist group or whatever. Came out. There's plenty of videos with him. His hands were bloodied. And I guess he got in a fist fight or something with some anti-fascist people, and he died. So they're blaming the anti-fascists and the left.
Right.
A lot of using Islamophobia to paint the what they call far left. I just call left as being
we call the real left.
Yeah, the real left. Trying to paint them as though they're pro-Islamic as opposed to, we just don't think that we should be being racist to people.
It's called being fair, you know?
Yeah.
Let's stop screwing the rest of the world over to gain whatever advantage that. Aren't you rich enough? You're billionaires. Trillionaires.
In the end,
you know,
like there's this whole issue with Niger. I did hear that it might be not quite the way it is in terms of how much money was being taken, but they're getting like some French companies were getting, or a French company was getting like uranium for like 86 cents a kilogram, however that works out to, when it actually costs $286 per kilogram.
Right.
And I know my electricity bills haven't gone down. This place runs a lot on nuclear. So they're fucking everybody.
Right.
They fuck them, they fuck me, they fuck, you know, they screw their own kids because, you know, then they eat them. Shit. So
Yeah.
there's a whole lot of fucking going on. It's
Whole
like
lot of fucking going on.
it's a clusterfuck. It's exactly.
Let's get some cheer in here. Let's get some cheer.
Let's get some cheer. Although the headbutt was cheerful for me.
I like an occasional World Star video, right?
All right.
There we go. There we go. Oh, Jesus Christ.
In the history of the world. Yes. Amazing news, everyone. We are the richest country in the history of the world. Yeah, so we've heard. Can we have healthcare? No. That would never work. Can we have affordable housing? No. What about public transportation? No. Childcare and parental leave? No. Can we make college accessible? Well, then how would we even keep you in debt? Think. Then we have war. We can always afford war.
And that's
pretty much it. Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
They nailed it. Yep. But we can't even do that anymore.
I know.
Iran has proven that we can't even do that anymore. So what are they gonna do?
Right.
What are they gonna do? 'Cause they fucked up their only. It's like the guy that was like really awesome martial artist when he was young, or kind of.
Yeah.
And then he got old, didn't practice anymore, but still walks around sort of like, hey, you know, I'm the baddest ass on the planet. And everyone's like, I don't know, he used to be pretty good when he was young. I don't want to fuck with him, right? And then one day he messes with some guy who's minding his own business. Guy lays him out like with like a thumb. He was going, what the fuck? I thought he was a badass. Actually, there's one AI video that I'm gonna hunt down for you. That's what I'm doing right now. And it was it's really disturbing. It's I think to me hilarious though, because it's disturbing, because I have a weird sense of humor like that.
Mhm.
And it's the Epstein War. Let me see here if I can find it for you. Do you have anything else while I'm hunting this down?
Oh yeah, we have so many.
Go for it.
So many. Feeling a little nauseous from all of this, to be honest. It's like
let it out, Ray. Let it out.
I feel like in some ways this I don't want to say it. How do I say this? I feed off of this stuff. It's some people I see it as negative, but I think that I have to see
I
it.
don't.
I can't unsee it. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
and the more I see it, the more I want to see, and the more I want to see, the more I want to share with people. And people are just like, I think I need to distance myself from you. You're too much. It's like, which is a quote from that same person yesterday. I gotta distance myself from you. Okay, this is just too much. I can't take this. And then
It's the news, man.
yeah, I think the news is what makes people paranoid. But you know,
Yeah, because we keep thinking it's like instead of confronting the shit, we sort of just ignore it, thinking it's going to go away. It never goes away.
Nope.
It's always there.
No,
Um,
gotta go away.
It never goes away. I mean, it's going to hit us at the pumps. It's going to hit us in the grocery store. I'm sure they're the people like, why the fuck are the price of everything gone up? It's like, well, if you were paying attention, you'd know.
Yeah. You know,
Let me see here. I'm trying to find this video, and it's irritating me because that's kind of clever.
yeah, I just find it so distressing, but at the same time fulfilling because I just have to know.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
maybe
I don't.
like
Yeah.
I need to know what's happening in the world. I need to You know,
Well, how else do you navigate it? If
right?
you're walking around blind, you don't know, oh shit, New York City might be, bombed or,
Right.
it's on fucking fire.
And maybe that's it because of 9/11, right? Because 9/11 hit us by surprise, but then not really. They were talking about this for months. I remember they were talking about, Hillary Clinton going on TV and talking about Jerusalem and Israel's our partner in this. And they were like, everything was about Israel. And then we got hit and we're like, wait a minute.
Okay, I found it.
They were going out of their way to.
Yeah, it was for me, 9/11 did it for me. I became a news junkie at that point.
Yeah.
Before then, I kind of watched it because I got in the habit because of my mom. So I'd
Mhm.
watch it superficially. But 9/11 made me think, I never want to be caught off guard like that again. Okay, I got it for
You
you.
got scary fucks like this guy over here. This scary idiot over here. I don't know if you heard this guy over here. He's just
Oh, that douchebag.
The First Amendment in order. I know it's difficult to hear, but it's time to limit the First Amendment in order to protect it. And quickly before it's too late.
What do you mean?
I mean that we need to control the platforms, all the social platforms. We need to stack rank the authenticity of every person that expresses themselves online and take control over what they are saying based on that ranking.
The government.
The government should
control the social media.
Yeah. No, it's difficult.
Yeah, it's like, fuck you. Sorry.
They already fucking control it. What the fuck's this problem?
Right.
They can find out our identities in 2 seconds. It's called an IP address.
Right.
They'll find whatever computer, whatever you're doing. If they can't figure it out, it's they're fucking lazy fucks. Period.
Right.
And all this, we got to limit my fucking asshole.
Right. Exactly. It's just like, to me, I think it's like you said, laziness. It's totally
It's lazy. They can figure it out. They've been watching us forever.
Mhm.
Forever. They got hard drives upon hard drives of our shit.
Yeah.
They don't need any of this. This is just basically, and it's funny because all this authentication stuff happened after October 7th. They found out that a lot of people were looking at this shit. They spent 2 years. If I'm looking from their game, I'm going to say this to them. You fucked up.
Right.
Your game was you had 2 fucking years of letting everybody see what you were doing in Gaza.
Yeah.
And all the cruelty that was happening. And you were too fucking lazy to turn around and close the spigot at least within a month.
Right.
Of that happening. You let 2 years go because you were sitting there basically jerking off at it and sitting there reveling in, oh, look at all the cruelty that we're doing. We're so bad. Right? And now they're like, holy shit, people fucking hate our guts. We got to close off the spigot.
Right.
2 years later, 2 years. Please.
Not to mention they were bragging about it.
That's what I mean. Yeah, that they're total bragging about it.
They were, they're showing cruelty and then and the humor, and then the media doesn't even cover the worst of it. There were worse things that were. The media soft played it, but it's social media that basically woke people up.
Yeah,
they want to basically control the thing that is bringing awareness to the world.
Yep. But it's too late now. They fucked up. They totally fucked up. You can't unsee that shit. There's a whole generation of people and generations that can't unsee that. Go ahead and try to control it. You'll end up with people on the street. You'll really have anti-Semitism grow because
Right.
people will be like, oh, we're limiting it for you. But
Right.
I can go on social media. There's tons of anti-black shit and anti-black shit coming from Jewish people too. There are tons of rabbis who've called us monkeys and said that we should be slaves, and that's out there.
Coming from the White House too,
Coming from the White House. So
the
you know
Obama
what?
thing and the animal thing, and it's like with the Lion King. you
Yeah.
know? And notice Disney has not sued the White House for using their song.
They're fucking cool with that shit.
Yeah, you know, they're not. There's no one saying, "Hey, that's a copyright infringement."
Right,
Well,
right.
it was, you know.
So I sent you another video, but I got the Jeffries one first, which is more humorous.
Let's
And then the other one will be really good because I love Norman Finkelstein.
Oh yeah, he's great. There we go. We got General
Epstein.
A team! Sean! We're going to war, soldier!
Well, you are, not me.
It's time to get boots on the ground!
It's Jeffrey's War. Are you a pathetic gooner looking for love?
Aren't we all? Well, we've got plenty of ladies.
And they're just waiting for liberation.
All you have to do is beat our challenge. It's time to roll the die on your lives. Let's see what these boys won. It's crippling PTSD and higher gas prices. A brand new luxury casket. You answered C, and you are correct. Do you have what it takes to play with Jeff Perez?
We want you to play Jeffrey's War. Your local TV listings.
What the fuck? I'm just like, what the fuck?
I love that. That was so like twisted. It's just like, but it's true. That's why it's twisted.
We are in the RoboCop reality right now, you know? Like this is like the Robo
I'd buy that for $1.
right, exactly. This is exactly where we are as a society. We're just like
Totally there. Now the next one goes with what we were talking about, anti-Semitism. We should let Norman Finkelstein, who schools this guy on it, is beautiful. Beautiful.
Here we go. Videotape.
I love the stupid look on that guy's face too.
Yeah, this is, let me give it a full
Yeah, he's definitely a guy.
Undeniable, at least from my own experience, that there is very rampant anti-Semitism in the United States, at least.
That's your experience?
That has been my experience.
Are you Jewish?
I'm half Jewish, but it's not necessarily that it's directed at me, but people growing up, slurs against other races aren't tolerated, but slurs against Jews I would hear pretty regularly, or lots of Jew jokes where you wouldn't be able to make black jokes.
I don't agree with that at all. First of all, there was an era in which one calculated anti-Semitism not by a person's thoughts, because you can't control a person's thoughts. And even you can't control your thoughts. And even you probably can't figure out what's your quote unquote real motive for whatever you do. Are you interviewing me now because of a sincere inquiry into the life of the mind? Or does it have an egotistical component? Or does it go back to something your mother said when you were 5 years old? You know, the human psyche is very complicated and it's not susceptible to easy analysis or control. So there was an era where nobody ever thought about those things. When you talked about anti-Semitism, it meant, does it affect your job opportunities? Does it affect your access to certain institutions of higher education? Does it affect where you're going to live? Does it affect negatively your interactions with the law? That's what anti-Semitism meant. They were quantifiable, palpable, lucid expressions of this phobia, whatever you want to call anti-Semitism, okay? By that reckoning, can you name me a place in the United States where a Jew would have trouble purchasing a home or renting an apartment? Name me one place. I'd be curious. Can you name me one university, one college, one in the whole United States where a Jew would have trouble getting in because he or she was Jewish? One. Could you name me one profession? Does the medical profession discriminate against Jews? There's a legal profession. I mean, that was once a problem. That's why Jewish law firms are created, because they couldn't get into the white shoe WASP law firms. Does that exist anymore? So this is just completely and totally ridiculous to talk about anti-Semitism in the United States. On the contrary, being Jewish gets you into professions. It's an asset in our society. In publishing, being Jewish makes a big difference. You know what they used to call the New York Review of a book? They called it the New York Review of each other's books, and they were all Jewish.
Fucking Norman, man.
Yeah,
Fucking Norman. He just laid out that guy cold.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
And he brings up a good point too, the law. I've never heard any Jewish person saying, shit, I'm afraid my kid's not going to come home because, you know, those cops, they hate us. Never, ever, ever. So he brings up some really good points.
And there was this guy in my town that posted, I don't know if you heard of Curious Joel, like this video that's been going viral on the internet.
He's from your town?
It's like right above my town. I live near Pomona and Ramapo, and then there's above that you have Woodbury Commons, and these areas are like Orthodox Jews, like the Hasidics.
Oh, yeah, you were sharing that.
Yeah.
That's made it to China, by the way.
What's that?
Chinese people are talking about that shit. Yeah.
Have all these guys literally like, you know, and nothing for nothing. Everyone's free to live, whatever. They're 40%. They're like on the lowest on the poverty line, but yet everyone's shopping at these outlet malls because they're making a ton of money. Like you get a stipend for not working and being religious. I don't know any Christian that can get a stipend.
No, you got to work for that shit.
No, it's
you
like
got to get up there. You got to dance like a chicken.
Yeah, like all churches are tax free, exempted, but not to the degree of these guys, where these guys get a check for religious studies. I mean, I committed my life to Jehovah's Witnesses. I never got a check from the government for studying the Bible. I don't know any priest that get a check for studying the Bible, right? Or like any like followers, like, and then like they get welfare like $2,200 per child. I used to be on welfare when I was a college student for 1 year, and I could tell you, I think it was like a $500 check. It was not even enough to live on or make a difference. You know, these guys get per child, and they're having like 5+ kids. You know, like some of them like 8, 10, and more, and that's. You're talking about over 10 grand per family per month, you know, tax-free dollars. Now, you know, I'm going to convert at some point.
Well, you're not going to hear Trump say anything bad about them.
You know, the old adage goes, meet them, join them, right? It's like,
we got to start a religion.
Right.
It's the Highlander religion.
Right.
I won't say how you get the quickening.
Right. This is like no, let's watch this little.
That's crazy. Yeah, I remember. Actually, it's made it to Chinese news not Chinese news, but there's a guy called Grumpy Old Chinese Guy.
Right.
He's like our age, and he was like, "America, what's wrong with you?" And he was just like leading in on that, and I was just like, "Fuck." But anyway.
And you know, talking about anti-Semitism, this does cause anti-Semitism because people work their asses off, and then you have not just one community, you have multiple communities, and you have them in Jersey, and they're all tax-free. You know,
but you know, most people would know about it, and usually when the politicians do paint it, they paint it as though it's Black and Latinos.
Right, and that's the other thing.
Yeah,
which is. The bigger insult is that this has been going on for a long time, and then they're always pointing to the Latino and to the Black and saying these are the people taking advantage of the system, the immigrant, all this stuff. But
they're not telling you which ones.
Right. So this is it.
Okay. This is it, like Michael Jackson.
This is it. This is it. This is it.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Let's roll it.
Of 44,000 Hasidic Jews in upstate New York that primarily speak Yiddish have an average of 7 kids per family and rely heavily on state assistance and welfare programs like Medicare, SNAP, housing assistance, and tax credits from their many kids.
To get 7 kids. I guess if you're able to raise 7 kids, they must be crushing it up there. I wonder what industry they have.
How many kids do most people have out here?
17, 18.
How do they afford 17, 18 kids?
Wow.
They are proud to do what the Torah says, that you need to be multiple and fruitful.
So you just read the Torah and money comes to you?
Wow. How do people afford to have like 10 kids out here?
The community is based on this. So
So is it wealthy members of the community give charity?
yes, mostly.
I don't talk to suspicious person.
How am I suspicious? Do you study Torah?
You work for Hamas?
Everyone who disagrees with me, everyone who challenges my worldview is Hamas.
What do you do for work?
Okay.
How do you make money?
What?
Your wife?
I'm doing home care.
Brokerage, construction.
Most people on Medicaid, SNAP, EBT?
I don't know. I can't speak for other people.
What about you?
I'm not going to tell about myself.
Well, that's a yes. Look at that face. He's embarrassed by the answer.
The one thing I am curious about, though, is the welfare use. Are you on welfare?
No. The Jewish people, just from Kiddus Joel, their taxes covers everything that we take back.
But if nobody's working and nobody's paying taxes, then how are they able to get taxes back from working?
They pay a lot of property tax.
Do you know anyone on welfare?
Sure.
I won't comment on that question.
Come on.
No.
Why not?
No.
What do you guys do for work here? You guys have like businesses, work a job, study Torah?
I have a job.
What do you do?
I'm in sales.
What do you sell?
Food.
Okay. What food do you sell?
Chocolates.
You could have made up like software, man. That'd have been a better one than chocolates.
What? I feel like I'm getting bamboozled right here.
Excuse me. You guys take EBT?
What percentage of people would you say use EBT for their groceries here?
100%.
100%. So we're paying for all their food. That's where my taxpayer dollars are going. That's what I'm funding. Whenever I pay at least half my income to this, that's where it's going.
What percentage would you say?
35%.
A little bit difficult to conclude what to take away from that. Let's pop in here and say shalom. Synagogue? Okay. Lots of people praying. I'm not sure the schedule exactly, but 9 o'clock sharp, they're not at work. Question for you. What do most men do for work here? Can you give me some ideas?
Oh.
I'm just asking Hasidic Jews out here.
No.
What do you mean? Do people here survive off of welfare?
There is a percent, like all of the communities. You have 8 kids. You can also get benefits.
It's 2:59. Why aren't people at work?
These are all teenagers.
How old are you?
I'm 21.
You gotta wonder what these people do for employment. So if you want to talk about Sharia law and people living in a theocratic ethnic enclave, look no further. Curious Joel is an example of only Jews living here, and a lot of them are tapping into welfare benefits.
Now, look, I am completely okay if you want to live in an ethnic enclave within America, but you have to contribute to society. You need to be able to do something, to produce something, to be a functioning member of society, to be able to get benefits. And I know that there are extreme circumstances, extreme situations where maybe you have some sort of disability, but for it to be an entire community, clearly at least somewhat cognitive and able to function in society, and our taxpayer dollars are going to fund that. This is why it is so important to have the American Congress Party in power, because once we are in power, we'll be creating a public ledger where the citizens, you, can see where every single dollar, every single penny of your tax-paying money goes to. And if you have a problem with it, Congress...
Well, I don't support any political whatever, but
Man.
Fuck that guy. But yeah, I think that it is an issue here. They taken over schools, school systems, defunded them, defunded the school programs, and that's why I'm paying $18,000 a year in taxes. It's like, you know.
Well, and you know,
it's just for this house that I live in. That doesn't include the $41,000 that comes out of my check every year.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is that I know in China, for example, your first home you don't pay taxes on.
Right.
You only pay on your second home.
Right.
Secondly, income tax was actually brought in originally to try to basically rein in the massive amount of profits the assholes were making. And then the assholes, being the assholes they are, because they got a lot of lawyers, slowly started shifting it on us. But we were not supposed to be paying income tax. It was supposed to be the really wealthy. However, to make my American friends...
percent increase in New York City. Mamdani passed a 2% increase on the rich.
On the rich, yeah. They'll weasel their way out of it.
2%? It's like, how about 10%? How about what I'm paying? You know, it's like...
It should be really who's been carrying the burden of taxes has been the middle class.
Right.
The lower classes can't pay anything. The
Right.
rich get away with everything. But just to let you know, I shared a video with you.
You see me,
Just-
I'm an Orthodox Jew. You know why?
And, you know, I want to fault them, but I can't.
No, I can't fault it.
I can't fault them for
You
it.
can
I
hate,
mean,
what is it? You can't hate the player, but you can hate the game, right?
yeah.
It's like,
You know, what allows that? I mean,
right.
I'm sure there's some preachers going, fuck.
Right. Yeah.
Calling them up going, hey, yo, Rabbi Shmuley, yeah, how the fuck did you do that, dude?
How did you do that? Hook me up.
But meanwhile, let's be honest. Let's be honest. A lot of these preachers, if they got one congregant that's like an NFL player, they're made for life. Because if you're evangelical, you're supposed to give 10% of your check.
Yeah, yeah.
So they're
Like the
completely...
Michael Jackson family had to tithe to the Jehovah's Witnesses. I mean, they don't.
So right there, they don't really even need the welfare thing. They got, you know, they got the big time.
Right.
Um,
You know, it's sad. You look at Gary, Indiana, where the Jackson family came from, and what a hellhole it is now.
Yeah.
And it's like, what happened? A lot of celebrities came out of there. Like, why was that allowed to rot like that? A lot of talent came from that town. You know, just like the Bronx. You see the Bronx? Well, the Bronx is not as bad as it used to be. You had a lot of talent, movie stars. While the Bronx was burning, you had corporations like Domino and all these other big corporations making like $2 million a week or something like that on the waterfronts. You know, all the food that traveled on 95 from Boston to Florida was passing through, shipping through the Bronx, yet the place was burning down and dilapidated, and you had millions and millions of dollars passing through every single day, if not billions of dollars going through that borough.
Yeah, when it comes to corporations, they don't give a shit about anybody. When it comes to the artists and the creators and all these other people, it's really the town. One of the things I do enjoy about Europe, and actually I got a good clip that will make every American feel better about their knowledge of geography, by the way, because if you're like, oh, we're just not the only idiots. But one thing I do enjoy about Europe is that you can walk around and a lot of the statues you see are of writers and artists. I think that says something. I think it's important. And really, I mean, you can contrast Minneapolis compared to Gary, Indiana, right?
Right.
They love Prince. Like, they don't fuck around with that shit. They know that's their, you know, this is going to be one of their things that everybody in the country knows Minneapolis for. Prince, Minneapolis sound. Gary, Indiana, it must mean, I don't know what the racial dynamics are there. It might be very racist.
Right.
And with racism comes stupidity, because the mayor should be thinking, holy shit, this is the place where Michael Jackson came from. What's his house? We need to do this. We need to put up a statue, a plaque, this, to get a lot of people to go there to that town.
Right.
But I think it depends on the mayors. Detroit should be another place too. Or as the French say, Detroit, right? Because of Motown. But we didn't really put that much on our cultural. We don't look at cultural things as being important.
Right.
That's why the artists struggle, and we don't really think we're all that important or we matter or anything. But let me tell you something. The moment you make something like about Palestine and they get a little afraid because it might go viral, your ass will get disappeared. And it's because they fear artists.
Yeah.
They fear artists because artists are the people who can make messages.
Right.
And we just sort of think, I just want to be a commercial artist to draw Spider-Man. You could be that, but you can also have a little bit more meat to you.
Right.
You know. Anyway, I got this clip. It's
let's hear it. Let's see it.
I don't know if it's translated into this, but let's see if it goes.
On parle beaucoup de l'Iran. C'est où l'Iran?
So he's asking this guy
Mais c'est où l'Iran?
if he knows where Iran is.
Mais où est l'Iran?
And he's like,
Bon,
no,
un
it's over here.
demi-point
He's
pour
like,
le ministre de l'Europe qui a eu le mérite de situer le détroit d'Ormuz. On
it's
enchaîne.
not over there.
Vous voyez la carte là?
That's
Qu'est-ce que vous
minister.
faites? Vous me faites peur. C'est où l'Iran?
This is another European minister. He's asking if she can find Iran.
If she can find Iran on the map.
Yeah.
Je crois que c'est là, non? Non, ça c'est la Bulgarie et c'est en Europe. Ça me laissez pas Google. En attendant la réponse Google, nouvel essai avec Fabienne Keller, ex-maire de Strasbourg. J'ai une petite question toute simple, vous allez voir, j'ai une carte.
Oui.
C'est où l'Iran?
L'Iran est là.
Non, l'Iran, ce n'est pas la Turquie, mais on se rapproche.
Tac, là.
Heureusement que vous êtes
Pardon.
rattrapé. Hein.
Oui, je me suis rattrapée.
Autre tentative avec Marie Toussaint, tête de liste des écologistes. C'est où l'Iran?
She's an ecologist, by the way.
C'est lequel l'Iran? C'est par là?
Choisir.
Non. C'est lequel? Je pense que c'est celui-là. Mais je suis pas sûre.
Non, ça c'est l'Afghanistan.
Ouais.
We're so quick to go to war and can't even find it on a map.
Bah, c'est par là, quoi.
Quelque part par là, bon, on progresse. On continue avec un autre parlementaire français, David Cormand, eurodéputé depuis 7 ans. C'est où l'Iran?
Aïe, 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 ça y est, échec et mat. Je dirais... J'espère que je ne me cours pas par là.
Non, ça c'est l'Arabie Saoudite. On débriefe avec l'eurodéputé. Comment explique-t-il qu'on ait eu autant de mauvaises réponses?
On n'a pas la science infuse, on fait ce qu'on peut. Il y a beaucoup de sujets sur lesquels on doit apprendre, et donc on n'est pas des encyclopédies sur pattes. On fait ce qu'on peut pour essayer d'être au courant des choses.
Anyway, so you could probably make out what happened, right?
Oh, yeah.
They're asking each of these
Even
people
better.
where Iran is. They can't even get it right. These are people who are elected officials here, by
Right.
the way. Not just in the French. One was from City Hall in Strasbourg, but another Euro deputies, so people who work at the European Parliament. So it isn't just us Americans that are jackasses. It's also
Right.
Europeans too.
So these are people that are quick to go to war and they don't even know where the fuck they are.
I know. It's and they for too long it's like, oh, it's just the Americans, but I guess they became perfectly American. Now, I'll be honest with you, I roughly knew where Iran was for a while, but okay, let's look at the map. We're gonna start shit, right? So then let's look where it is. Oh, okay, Iran's over here. You know. But the ecologist one, that just killed me because you're an ecologist. You
Right.
should know, like, oh yeah, Iran's over here, Afghanistan's over here, Iraq's over here is Saudi Arabia, over here is Israel, and so on, right? But
Oh, yeah, for real. I got since you mentioned France, I dug up this clip over here where this our golden boy from England. It's like
Macron?
no. This other
Okay.
the little kid, not Macron. Has Brigitte finally admitted to that sex change yet?
Dude, don't get me killed, man. Don't get me killed. I'm actually living in her region. I don't know shit.
He's like, I don't know nothing. I
know nothing. I don't know shit.
Oh my god, man. Maybe look for a high school yearbook for his. Here we go. This thing keeps going on.
Killed a French soldier, making it the first European soldier to die in this war. But France is on the verge of war over this, and you need to know what they've said in response. But first, last night, an Iranian Shahed drone hit a military training facility in Kurdistan in Iraq. But as well as that, 6 other French troops were injured in the attack. It was not just this one soldier who was killed. Now, I'll get to what France has said in a moment, but in response to this, a lot of Europe has actually gotten pretty worried. It was believed, by extension of the fact that no European countries are involved in this war, that Iran would not attack Europe. However, now that a French troop has been killed and French troops have come under attack, a lot of other countries who have troops in the region are worried too. And I'll get to what France has said in a moment, I will. But a lot of these European countries have forces in the Middle East, mainly attacking ISIS in Syria and Iraq. They work with these countries' governments. They're not there illegally. Even the French President Macron, when he was speaking about this French soldier who was killed, he said a similar thing. He said, quote, "The presence in Iraq is part of a strict framework in the fight against terrorism." He also said, quote, "The war in Iran cannot justify such attacks." But the main part of Macron's statement was that this French soldier, quote, "died for France during an attack in the Erbil region of Iraq." He condemned the strike as, quote, "unacceptable," and he said that France's role in the region is strictly defensive. To be fair, this is not a good look for Iran. They're attacking French troops when those French troops are only there attacking ISIS in the region. Who attacks Iran? Although I will say that an Iranian-backed Iraqi militant group in Iraq did previously say a few days ago that French troops are now under targeting fire. They said France has become a target after France announced that they're sending their aircraft carrier to the Middle East, although France still has not carried out any attacks on Iran. So this is a pretty big attack. And it's possible this could drag France into the war because French troops are now being targeted by Iran. And if that happens, you'll be glad you followed me because I'll be the first one to keep you up to date on all the global news that you won't hear about.
Well, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about that.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Okay, first of all, they don't call him ISIS. Not even here. They call him Daesh. Daesh. That's the proper name that in the Middle East, which is actually the Levant, they call it. Secondly, it's come out, I don't know how accurate it is, but those French troops were actually training Kurds. And they were supposed to be training them to go into Iran.
All right.
So the reason they got whacked
right.
is because they were up to some shit.
Guilt by association.
Because France just went, I forget to come out.
Right.
And
Like,
Italy left too. Yeah. So they're up to their usual shenanigans because how they played Syria was that way too. They
Right.
used the Kurds, they used the Uyghurs because there's Uyghurs.
right.
Yeah, the Uyghurs to take down, and the Turks and a whole bunch of others to take down Syria, and they tore it apart. So I think Iran was anticipating. Some of the Iraqis must have said, "Yeah, it looks like they're doing this." Really?
It's preemptive. They need to, if you know that someone's going to break into your house.
Yep.
You
And they've
either
previously
wait for them
done
to
it.
break and enter, or you could be preemptive, and not. They're just reflecting. To their credit, they haven't done anything. There's no Iran wars going on, of Iran attacking anybody.
They're just minding their own fucking business.
I know fucking business. The United States kills a bunch of people, kills a bunch of little girls, and then turn around like, what's going on? It's like,
Oh, that reminds me of a video I gotta share.
oh, I'm just trying to break into his house. Like, what the fuck?
There's another video I gotta share with you, which you
Yeah,
reminded me of
we'll
something.
make that the last one because it's we're hitting the 3-hour mark, kids.
Hitting the 3-hour mark. Let me see.
Daddy's got a potty. No, it's just like,
Yeah, me
it's like-
too.
it's like
Niece.
It's
There's
a-
this video. Oh, you're gonna laugh. It's to that point.
Let's
Where
see.
this guy.
You gonna send it to Facebook or?
I find it in time, but it's hysterical. France. I'll put it France.
It's funny. I just feel like it's never enough.
It's never enough, right? It's never enough, man. We got to do a marathon, full Castro,
Yeah.
8 hours.
We got to do that Cory Booker 24-hour.
This shit's hysterical, dude. I love this guy. This guy's just like, it's so ridiculous. I'm sending it to you. Here you go. We'll edit on this one.
This is Facebook.
I know we picked on the Jewish brothers a lot today, but they do some wild shit.
We love them. It's just like
I just why Why'd you do that?
No. Okay. This is Instagram.
Sound like a submarine. I don't know. It's a little ring.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen this one.
No, I haven't.
Oh, this was great, man. This was
I'm
just
just like, okay, what is this?
that happened here in France in Nice.
All right. They says, man, actually expose the secrets behind truth.
Not that one. No. No, I
Not
sent
this
you
one?
another one.
Not that one.
No, not that one. I sent you one.
Oh, sorry. It's oops, somebody else. Somebody overpowered your video.
Ooh.
Somebody sent me a video before you did.
Wow.
I found it.
I'll send it again.
No, I got it.
Okay.
Yes. I was waiting for you to send the video. Somebody sent me a video. So that's why one of the viewers. Hey, Daquan, if you're here.
Is that Kennedy?
There's a little Kennedy there. We'll look at that one later. It's like, switch it up.
This one to me is just like, it's like, dude, you know they got cameras. Like, why are you doing that shit?
Some people do that shit intentionally.
Yeah, but you don't. If you put that in a movie,
TRT world, right?
Most people be like, "Come on, nobody would do that."
Right. People do dumb stuff.
You know what I love about it? Now we can do it.
Before I play it, this is the one, right?
Yeah, this is the one. I love this one. This guy.
Oh, yes. I think it's That's in France. Oh, look, he actually look like he hit. Looks like he hit that pillar, that middle. He actually got hurt with the leg.
I love that guy. He's such a tool.
Like, what the fuck was that? Like, what was that? It's like,
could you imagine being?
I'm gonna go start some shit. No, it didn't work out the way I intended it. I wanted to get hit, so let me pretend that I got hit.
Could you imagine being his kid though? Dad, like, we saw it from this angle, right? Like,
right.
You look like a jackass.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Stupidity, but we're at that hour. We're at 3 hours. Let's
wrap it up.
Wrap it up. Like and subscribe. Smash that button.
Slap it.
Check out our websites, www.bxhcc.com, Bronx Heroes. You could just Google it. We got tons of comics there for sale. We're updating the website. Do your homework, kids. I'm not here to spoon feed you. Read this fucking book.
Read it.
This fucking book. I didn't write it, but you should read it.
Read it.
The apocalypse is coming. Are you scared? Are you prepared? The masses are running, frantically running from their fears, running with their tears, running from their lives, running from that dark shadowed creature that hides